Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Andrew Schultz.
We are the Brilliant Idiots, and we don't have any pre-rolls today, but we do want to tell you to go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com and purchase some Brilliant Idiots merchandise. They got the socks, they got the hoodies, they got the Dick Talk T-shirts. Salute to High U Clothing. Salute to High U Clothing for doing the black privilege stuff, too. I didn't even ask them to do that, and they just sent me a whole bunch of hoodies and sweatshirts, so I appreciate y'all. So go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com, order some Brilliant Idiots merchandise, and please, we're getting closer and closer to the actual book being in bookstores. April 18th, Black Privilege Opportunity comes to those who create it. I finished the Audible book this week, which wasn't as painful as I thought. Even yesterday, I had my wisdom tooth pulled. I had a wisdom tooth inside my gum, and they had to cut me open and remove it because I had a cavity in there, and I still came in here and finished the last chapter, so... Pre-order it. Black Privilege Opportunity comes to those who create it. It'll be in bookstores April 18th, and let's start the show.
I got some things to plug.
Oh, go Big Money.
Is that okay?
Go ahead,
May I plug some things? This weekend I'll be at the West Palm Beach Improv, March 30th to the 1st. The weekend after that, I'm going to be at the Spokane, not Spokane. Everybody's been correcting me on this shit. Spokane Comedy Club, April 6th through 8th. Then I'll be in the Stress Factory Comedy Club in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's April 13th through 15th. And I'll be on the road every weekend for the next couple months. So Atlanta, Ohio, Sacramento, and San Francisco, Dallas, Connecticut, and Nyack, and then back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So make sure you check that out.
Is that effective?
What is that?
When you give all your dates like that?
In terms of what?
Just in general, people booking tickets. Do they book tickets for dates that are a month out? Because somebody told me to do that too on my book tour, and I was like, I wonder, if I say
absolutely,
really,
you know what? I like at least 2 weeks out because what happens is people make plans for the weekend before the day before it.
You're right.
So I would always do the week before because I didn't want people to forget about the show, and then people would hit me up and be like, "Yo, why don't you tell me we're going out of town? We're going to the lake this weekend."
You're right.
So I do a few weekends ahead at least so they know, and then if they're in town, dude, it's been the best thing in my career, the podcast, in terms of getting people out to the show.
Well,
I did Guy Code and Girl Code. We're on TV every single day. Did all these shows. They were too young. The kids are 18, 19 years old. They couldn't even get in the club.
Shit.
But the podcast audience is a little bit older, so they can actually come out and see the shows. It's been amazing, man.
Let me give my Black Privilege book tour dates.
Yeah, do that.
The first ones. We
Come
got
on now, cook.
April 17th in New York, Powerhouse Arena at 7 p.m.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn.
Moderated by Angela Rye. April 18th, New York, Barnes & Nobles, 5th Avenue, 12:30 p.m. That's just a signing. 4/19/17, Dallas, Texas, Paul Quinn College at 4 p.m. That's moderated. Not sure by who. It might be moderated by Jan while you playing. Jan Miller, I don't know. 4/20/17, Los Angeles, California, Barnes & Nobles, The Grove at 6 p.m. Carrie Champion's moderating that one. 4/22/17, Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia Tech, Barnes & Nobles, 12:30 p.m. That's moderated. I don't know who's doing that one either. 4/22/17, Atlanta, Georgia. Acapella Books, 4 p.m. 4/23/17, Charleston, South Carolina. Blue Bicycle Books at 12 p.m. Tessa Spencer moderating that one. April 23rd in Columbia, South Carolina, the same day. I'll be at 2nd and Charles at 5 p.m. The homie Beezy Babies moderating that one. Then April 26th, I'll be in Ridgewood, New Jersey at Bookends at 6 p.m. And May 4th, Washington, D.C. at the Event Space, 7 p.m. Those are the first dates. And Angela Rye is moderating that one, too. So for complete details, go to ctabook.com, CTHABOOK.com. Now, I thought LeVar Ball was calling.
No, Van Lathan. Shout out to Van. He was like, "Yo, you want to get LeVar Ball on the show?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hell yeah, let's fucking do it." And then he said, "Okay, we're gonna make it happen." I said, "We'll go for 11:30." He said, "Yes." I hit him last night. I'm like, "What's up?" He gives me this guy's number, who I guess is kind of working with LeVar.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't hit me back. I asked him this morning. He's like, "Oh, they're at Fox Sports all day. They can do tomorrow." So maybe we'll get him on the show next week.
LeVar Ball bodied Stephen A. Smith, by the way.
When? With what?
On First Take. You didn't see him on First Take?
I did. Yeah.
I thought he absolutely bodied Stephen A. Smith because Stephen A. Smith was coming from the perspective of, let me just attack LeVar Ball because everybody else is attacking him.
Yeah.
And literally everything LeVar said, his reasons for doing what he does, Stephen A. Smith was like, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So why you keep trying to come at him for having confidence? And then the last thing Stephen A. Smith relied on was when UCLA lost, he was like, yeah, LeVar, I told you. Like, LeVar didn't cause them to lose. Like, what if your son plays for UCLA?
Yeah.
Don't you want your team, your guy, to win?
Yeah.
So would you ever say, yeah, the other team's gonna beat my team?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand. I understand the hate that LeVar gets, but I don't agree with it. To be honest with you, I just think, I don't agree with the hate at all. Like I actually was really excited to talk to him because what I'm more interested in is how you make such confident sons. Like that's
by being a confident dad.
There you go. Lead by example.
Absolutely.
So it's like what we're doing here right now is we're looking at his antics and looking how wild he is, and he is wild, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
But if you look at his 3 kids, they're confident basketball players.
Because they're confident men.
And confident, and furthermore, in interviews, Lonzo is not nervous.
For what?
No. Because you're on national television. A lot of people freak out on national television. Yeah. What I'm saying is he's not nervous. He's not needy. Yeah. He answers questions. He's eloquent. Yeah. And it's like, you think this doesn't come from parenting? Either mom or dad or both. All I'm saying is this guy has managed to put unwavering confidence in his kids.
Yeah, so you're saying you want to see how his parents were to him?
No, I want to know what tips he has to create. Because it's not just being good at basketball that creates a confident person. A lot of times a confident person can be good at basketball because they're confident. I want to know what he instilled in his kids. This guy's no dummy. And I think we're looking at him because of his wild antics, like he's just this, he's just this idiot. Yeah. He's not. This guy is calculated.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to have him on the show just on like a parenting tip.
That's what Stephen A. Smith said too. Oh, it works. You're a marketing genius. I don't even think he's trying to market anything. I just think he really believes in his children.
Yeah,
as he should.
Of course.
I personally fuck with LeVar Ball.
I want to ask Stephen A. Smith. Does he have any kids?
I don't know.
I want to ask Stephen how he talks about his kids. Is he realistic?
I'm doing First Take. I got a whole. I don't know if I'm doing First Take, but I'm doing Bristol next month, I believe, or May or something like that. Mm-hmm. As part of the book tour.
Of course,
it'd be interesting because
ask him.
Yeah, man. It's a lot.
How do you speak about your kids? Do you believe in your kids? Do you have the same confidence in your kids? I mean, what is he going to say? Is he going to say, "No, I don't think my kids are going to get into college. No, I don't think my kids are that smart"? It's like understand that comedians do that. Louis C.K. might do that for comedic effect.
Like what you mean? Like tell his kids they ain't shit?
Yeah, like the whole "I hate my kids" thing became very popular in comedy.
Got you.
But in terms of actually how you feel, like without trying to get a laugh out of a situation, I would imagine you think your kids are amazing.
Yeah,
here's
what's
a dad
the opposite?
who talks.
Like either the opposite is fuck my kids, they ain't shit, y'all ain't gonna never be shit, or it's the middle ground. Like, hey guys, you can just be okay. I don't want to just be okay.
No, that's what mom tells you. You know what I mean?
No, mom said everything is going to be okay.
Everything's going to be okay.
Mom don't give a fuck.
She loves you no matter what.
Listen, you could be a crackhead and your mother you will be the pride.
You came out of her pussy lips.
It. You will be the pride in her eye, even if you're a fucking crackhead. I know mothers right now whose sons are stone cold crackheads and everybody knows it except the mother.
Yeah.
No, he just
He
sick.
came out of me. How can he possibly do crack?
Yeah,
that's not how it works.
He just need to eat.
Come on now.
That's all.
He's going to get his shit together. That's it.
He didn't steal.
He's down on his luck.
He didn't steal the car. He went to the store to get me some cigarettes.
Yeah, that's all. The TV is going to be back.
Fuck that. LeVar Ball, keep doing your goddamn thing. Okay?
Yeah. I was excited about it. It was funny. I did shows this weekend, and there was a lot of people that came out to the show had heard the last episode, and there was always this, like, after the show, this, like, moment where, they were like, hey, man, it was wild-ass last episode, this, that, the other, and, but a very cool, I think that we let the audience in on.
That's the best.
Yeah, I listened back to the episode, and I just thought it was a really beautiful moment, and
that's what makes great personalities. They let you in.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've seen it from everybody. Petey Green, Howard Stern. You know every aspect of their life.
Yeah.
Wendy Williams. Like, that's what makes people fuck with you.
Yeah.
And gravitate towards you.
No, I thought it was really good. I remember, and I got like an overwhelming amount of feedback about it, and a lot of like long DMs, and it was really.
It just be funny, man. The comments, like the way people dissect things and the way people look at things, like they be like all off. Like somebody sent me a tweet and goes, "That's why Benders got canceled." I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, what the fuck
right.
does that shit have to do with anything?
Salacious opinions on my scripted TV show.
We do need to have a conversation about politically correctness, though. Because I don't know why motherfuckers think I've gotten PC. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, you're sensitive about that.
Yeah, I mean, I want to have the conversation. Like,
I'm all right, Andy. You're PC the guy.
Yeah, I want to know. Like that's the thing. But, hey, by the way, if people think you're a liberal, they think you're PC. If they think you're on the right, they think you just speaking the truth and saying whatever the fuck you want, which is the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah. You mean everybody on the right is truthful and honest, or
yeah. I'm not saying they're truthful and honest, but they're saying
that's
things,
a perception.
The perception that they say what the fuck
you
they
keep
want.
it real on the right.
But the liberals are being PC and politically correct. I'm not PC at all. Like,
the argument about liberalism is that there's a lack of accountability in it.
Yeah.
So that's what like people would say. Liberals aren't willing to hold themselves accountable, aren't willing to hold others accountable for their behavior, and that's why people call them politically correct. Mm-hmm. So instead of saying, hey, why did you do this? Liberals will be like, well, let's talk about the system and the system that creates this. And it's like, well, you just drowned your kid. Why don't you take responsibility for drowning your kid? So that's what conservatives would argue about liberals, and that's why they get a piece of it. Whereas conservatives are a little bit more accountable in terms of personal action, now equally hypocritical in tons of different aspects. Mm-hmm. You know, so you could say, yeah, I'm super accountable for we shouldn't have abortion, but you believe in the death penalty. Yeah. So it's like, yes, there's hypocrisy on both sides, but that's why liberals get the PC.
People just got to figure it out, man, because I can't be everything, y'all. Mm-hmm. I can't be an Uncle Tom and a racist, okay? Mm-hmm. I can't be a motherfucking homophobic person and gay. Right? Y'all just got to figure this thing out. I can't say whatever the fuck I want one moment, and then the next moment I'm too PC. Like, y'all got to figure out what y'all want me to be.
Well, maybe what it is, and I was thinking about you, and I was thinking about how like your opinions may have not changed, but they've evolved. And maybe when you're earlier in your career, you were doing the Prince of pissing people off.
I still say that.
Sure. But maybe you were doing these things to get attention, right? No. But let me just throw the idea out. Maybe you're doing these things to get attention, right? And as you've grown in your career, you have that attention that you seek. Like, now there's attention on you no matter where it is. Mm-hmm. Now you don't need to say things as much for attention. It's not like you've changed your opinion in your head. I'm going to be more politically correct, or I'm going to be more politically conscious. You literally just do it naturally because you have that attention that you seek. You have this audience. You feel more social responsibility for that audience that you have.
Yeah, and also here's the thing too. All the situations that happen that would cause me to say I'm the Prince of pissing people off, ruler, rubbing you the wrong way, I never did anything out of the ordinary.
Right.
Birdman comes in the room and wilds out. Because I've historically said, why would anybody sign the Birdman when he doesn't pay his fucking artist?
Yeah, you wrote the Rick Ross song before Ross.
Yeah, he kissed goddamn Wayne in the mouth. Who's not going to talk about that?
Exactly. You're Lil Bruh now.
Yeah, so I didn't know Birdman was going to come in there and give me that reaction.
Right.
Or even you can go back to the Fredro Starr situation.
Right.
Yo, Fredro, that's when you was in Hollywood getting head from Brandy. He got upset over something that he said. He said that.
Right.
I would have never known Brandy gave him head. Right. So it's just like all of these different situations that, people say, oh, you just do things for attention. No, I'm just a curious fan and will always remain a curious fan. Like, I don't intend to piss people off. Like, I didn't tell Kodak Black to come in the studio with a goddamn ski mask on.
You were upset about it.
Listen, honestly, I'm just in the right moment at the right time.
Right.
90% of the time.
Sure.
I didn't tell Ray J to call up and fucking be high off drugs and coke and scream and yell and all that other crazy shit. Yeah. Like, by the time matter of fact, we got Mary J. Blige on the show tomorrow. And,
or today,
no, not tomorrow.
Right? When they're hearing this, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
But by the time they hear this,
Mary J. comes out Friday.
Okay.
Mary J. it's going to be another great one. I don't cause these things.
Right.
Like it's like all I'm trying to say is I never do anything saying I'm going to get this reaction because you can't plan that kind of shit anyway.
Yeah.
Like, all I do is speak freely. Like, when that whole women of color thing happened, I didn't know that shit was going to blow up the way that it fucking did.
You didn't think that you didn't think there could be certain people that might take it a certain way.
I mean, that's life, though. But it's like always 3 people going to agree with it, 3 people not going to agree with it,
sure.
4 people just going to be on the fence about it. That's why I always say, man, just speak your motherfucking truth, but let it come from a real place. As long as it's coming from a real place, you're going to get that real reaction.
Yeah.
That real reaction may be a Birdman walking in there wilding out. That real reaction may be everybody slandering you on social media, but as long as it's coming from a real place and you can defend it, you good. Because you don't ever want to end up in a Tommy Lawrence situation.
Like the one she's in now.
Absolutely. That shit, when you really look at it and you look at her, because we had Keith Olbermann on Uncommon Sense Live last week, and he was talking about her a lot. But he had been speaking about her on like Twitter.
Yeah.
But he was talking about her on the show, but also behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And he was like, those are the kind of media people I cannot stand because they make it bad for the rest of us. Mm-hmm. Because when they see one person in that light and they're not being truthful and honest. They think all of us do
I'm being
that.
truthful and honest.
He was like, my views evolve. They don't necessarily change. The core of me, the foundation of me is who I am.
Yes.
Like if you go look at her old videos in college, she was straight liberal.
Yes.
Then she did the one video going against Barack Obama. That went viral, so she just kept doing that over and over and over.
She did what worked.
Took it to the blaze, and eventually that shit fucking shot her in the foot.
But you don't think she might have done that on purpose?
What you mean, shot herself in the foot? I think that she, honestly...
Let's say, for example, you have somebody kidnaps you.
Yeah.
Right? And they got you, and you also have a gun.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of shooting at them or shooting at your kidnappers, if you shoot yourself in the leg, you can't walk. Now they got to carry you. Now
that's classic Andrew shows.
Yeah, now
explain it.
Now, let me explain.
First of all, how did kidnap you if you have a gun?
So you got kidnapped.
You got four guys. You have a gun, and there are four guys that have a gun as well.
Okay.
Right? Now they want to kidnap you, and they want to run away from the police or whoever it is. Right? The way to make it most difficult for you to run away with the police with them, I think this was in like a Keanu Reeves movie or something like that, isn't shooting at them because they have four guys they'll kill you. It's shooting yourself in the leg or shooting yourself in the foot, and now they got to carry you on their back. So now they got to literally pick you up.
It makes it harder to kidnap you?
Of course, because before they could put the gun to your back and say, run, and you got to run. Well, now I can't run. My leg is shot. You got to carry me. You got to drag me. You got to do this. Now I got a blood trail.
Then they might kill me.
Say what?
Now they might kill me.
What's the point? I mean, if they just leave you there, why would they kill you for no reason?
Maybe just because I saw their faces, an attempted kidnapping.
I guess. Maybe not. Maybe. If the goal is to kidnap you for some sort of leverage, you just make it more difficult. So they might leave it. So maybe what Tommy did is sabotage her own situation so she could leave. That's what I'm trying to say. So she comes out with this opinion. She knows the blaze. You don't think so? What about the people around her? Are her agents? Are her managers? No, nothing.
Because it wasn't even that shit. What she said on The View wasn't crazy.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Like, it wasn't crazy. Like, I'm pro-choice, whatever. Like, it wasn't crazy enough for Glenn Beck to be like, boom, you're fired. I think it's complete bullshit because I feel like she could have a fucking gender discrimination lawsuit. If the reason you fired me is because I'm pro-choice, I got to be something more than that. Like, you can't,
but it's not gender at that point. It's just an opinion, right? She went the libertarian route, so
she's
nothing to do.
That's when you're supposed to use your pussy.
You can use it.
That's when you're supposed to use your pussy.
That's when you can use it. But you know this shit got nothing to do with sex.
Yeah.
You could use it,
but
it's like it's the same kind of corny situation we're always in. It's like the second something happens, we turn into a race or gender issue. So it's like
she did say she feel like Glenn Beck is jealous of her.
Of course he is.
See, stuff like that is hard for me to grasp because Glenn Beck's a multi-millionaire.
But he wants to shine. That's why he's still in it. It's like there's a lot of NBA players, right, that make $40 million, but they still want to shine. There are a lot of NBA players, like Kevin Garnett right now. He's doing that show on Area 21 or something like that.
Jesus Christ.
Love Kevin Garnett. But the guy's out there wearing stockings every single fucking day because he wants some shine. For what?
Well, listen, Kevin, like me, has a South Carolina public school education. That's where it stopped. He on that show, Area 21, he had Larry Fitzgerald on there, and it was like they spin the wheel and they do this game where it says kind of like.
Oh boy.
So it'd be kind of like, and then they ask a question. So he'll be like, what NBA player is the equivalent of what NFL player?
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett could not say equivalent to save his fucking
What'd he
life.
say?
I don't even know. Like, it wasn't even a word.
Are you saying he pulled a Duval?
Worse. It was worse. He was like, kind of like, what NBA player is the quick of NFL? I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I felt bad for him because I understand the South Carolina public school system.
Right.
And I understand the fact that, when you make $318 million and you got a wicked jump shot, who needs to know the word equivalent?
Here we go, PC to God with your liberal nonsense, not holding people accountable.
He made $318 million.
I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
But
because I look at things on the flip side. All right, you can pronounce equivalent, but you haven't learned how to make $318 million.
Shit, if you got $318 million, you don't need to learn how to pronounce
Listen to this shit, man. Listen to this shit.
Your goal, kind of like naming NFL collects each NBA player.
Play it back.
That was a waste of time.
Is funny as fuck, though. But my whole thing is, I had to give him Donkey of the Day for that, and it made me feel bad. But I can't pronounce shit either. But the thing about me, I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask somebody, how the fuck do you pronounce this shit? I don't care if I'm on live TV or not. I'm not even going to try to attempt it. Stuff like that happens.
I got to compliment you on a Donkey of the Day. Can you turn that off?
What?
I got to compliment you. Hi, Paige.
Hey, Paige.
How you doing? Looking so skinny.
Paige getting ass.
You got some ass,
She eating
man?
ass.
Okay.
I don't know where because her boyfriend ain't fucking her.
Somebody fucking. So, I got to compliment you on a Donkey of the Day.
Which one?
Your Donkey of the Day of Bill O'Reilly today. It's very clever. Because
Why?
it's very clever. It's very clever. Very clever.
I'm PC.
No, very clever. I'll tell you why it was clever. It's because, see, I'm on to you with your shit. Don't think I don't see what you do. You managed to give Bill O'Reilly Donkey of the Day, but you didn't call him racist. And that was what I thought was brilliant. Every pundit is going for it. Look how racist it is what Bill O'Reilly said about Maxine Waters'
Hillary
hair.
say that too.
It's not, in my personal opinion, it's not racist at all to say that somebody's wig looks like another person's wig. He said that Maxine Waters' wig looked like James Brown's wig. Was Maxine wearing a wig? Yes. Did James Brown wear wigs? Yes. I don't see any racial. Of course, James Brown wore a wig.
No, James had a real perm. Him and Al Sharpton got their perms together.
He used to spend
Al
hours.
Sharpton
after
wears a
every
wig.
show.
No,
but
Of course he wears a wig.
That's that luxurious perm, baby.
Fuck out of
Oh,
here.
that pink oil moisturizer.
Anyway, so point being, or maybe it was a wig to look like James Brown, this, that, the other. That being said, I don't think there's any racial undertone whatsoever. First of all, as a comedian, I make fun of people in front rows of my show all the time. So in no way can I sit out here and criticize. Second of all, are we really being politically correct about hair jokes when Trump is our president? Every single person on the planet has made fun of this bird nest that Trump calls his hair. And the second Bill O'Reilly makes a joke about somebody's hair, it's a big fucking deal.
I think
but
it's- I
you
think
you
it's-
made it about him saying, I'm the no spin guy, you're not going to spin this. And then
You spun it.
what he did is he didn't listen to what Maxine said,
Nope.
and he spun her words into some kind of like jest about her hair. I thought that was a very clever way to attack a situation and not racialize it.
By the way,
so I give you credit for
He
that.
got asked a question.
Yeah.
And instead of just answering the question, because truthfully, you could not deny what Maxine Waters was saying. Because Maxine Waters was basically saying we have to hold our presidents accountable, period. That's what democracy is.
Yeah.
She was like, it doesn't matter if he's the
And that's
president.
what
of the United
patriotism
States.
is,
Yeah, people are saying you're unpatriotic if you criticize the president. That's bullshit. Like, that's not, I don't care if the President Barack Obama or Donald Trump. If we're the people and we're believe in democracy, we demand things of our president. When our president's doing good, we give him props. When he's doing bad, we got to criticize him for that.
Absolutely.
That does not make you an American. It does not make you not a patriot.
Yeah.
It just makes you a fucking
Now,
human being.
what's interesting is, and I'm sure you saw the end of the interview, which is right after he said the hair comments, he said he said that the other three pundits that were on the show were wrong about Maxine Waters. He goes, you're all wrong about Maxine Waters because they were being critical of Maxine's comments. And he goes, Bill O'Reilly says, she's a sincere individual. She believes what she says. She's not a phony. She's old school. We're giving Maxine a break here. I love you, Maxine. I want to see you on The Factor. And when hell freezes over, I'm sure that will happen, meaning I don't think that she'll ever come on the show. But the point is,
I feel like that was a cleanup, though.
I think it was too.
Because the woman called him out as soon as he said those comments.
I think it was
and Bill's
too.
smart enough to know you don't fuck with women nowadays, bro. I don't care what.
Especially at Fox News,
Bruh.
after the Ailes shit,
Bruh.
after what he
And
went
he's
through.
had Bill has had sexual harassment suits settled at Fox.
Exactly.
I think as soon as he said those comments, the girl was like, the woman
Don't
was
come
like,
in a woman's looks.
Yeah, don't come in a woman's looks. You can't do that. He's like, but Bill played it good on that part too. Because Bill goes,
I didn't say she wasn't ugly.
I didn't say she was ugly. Then Bill goes, he didn't say I love Maxine. He goes, I love James Brown.
Well, no, he did say I love Maxine.
No, he said that after. He said I love James Brown. Then he said I love Maxine after he said I love
Sure,
James
but
Brown.
he said I love both.
Yeah.
Point is, he was very complimentary towards Maxine, but I agree. I think it was all a cover-up because he realized what he said was going to be taken out of, taken exactly as it is, and people would be upset about it. That being said, do you find what he said to be racist?
Nah.
Why do you think that so many people are out here saying how racist it is?
Optics, and based off Bill O'Reilly's past track record. Bill O'Reilly has tried to make cases for slavery. You know, Bill O'Reilly always says disparate. Like, Bill O'Reilly never paints the black community in a great light. So it's just optics. It's Bill O'Reilly talking about Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters has been on the front lines for a long time. So it's you're either going to see man, woman bashing, or you're going to see black, white.
Okay, here's a question. Did James Brown's hair ever look bad?
No.
So couldn't you say
Not
it's a
at all.
compliment? Like,
I mean, in a way, listen, just James Brown.
like if somebody says, "Oh my God, Andrew, you have Elvis's hair," I'm not gonna be like, "Oh my God, what a fucking asshole you are for saying I have beautiful, full, luscious hair that was perfectly moosed and combed."
I'm gonna tell you,
I'm not gonna. How racist are you?
This is a true story. I'm not gonna say my aunt's name because I love her to death. I told my aunt that she looked like James Brown one time, and I thought that it was a compliment. I wasn't even trying. I wasn't trying to. I swear to God,
How ugly
I
is
was
your
young.
aunt
She's not even
that looking like James Brown is a
promise to God,
compliment?
I wasn't even trying to insult her. It was the way she used to wear her hair. And one day she walked in the house. I go, Aunt, you know you look like James Brown, and everybody got mad, quiet, and I'm like, what? I was not trying to insult her in no way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But I guess it is an insult to say that a woman looks like a man. But James Brown was kind of a pretty motherfucker.
But the hair was beautiful. He had beautiful
What do you mean
hair.
he wasn't?
Listen, I literally,
his face.
literally, it was yesterday or 2 days ago. This happened before I even read the story. I tweeted out, and it didn't go through because I was on the plane, but I tweeted out, why is Hillary Clinton dressed like Andrew Dice Clay? And that was when Hillary had the leather jacket. She was giving the speech.
What was that, a TED Talk? I saw
I don't know
that.
what the fuck it was, but she was looking like she was about to do a hit. She was ready to get somebody.
She did,
so
she did.
I literally made the exact same joke in a lot of ways as Bill O'Reilly did about this. So I can't come out here and criticize. Now, was my
Hillary
joke
too.
racist?
I
No.
said the first question when I interviewed Hillary the first time, I said to her, "Where do you get your fashion inspiration from Steve Harvey?"
So,
Yeah.
and nobody's like, "Oh my God, how racist is Charlamagne?"
But it's Bill though. Bill can't.
It's
this
'cause
is
of
the
his
thing with Bill.
past.
His past. Bill can't make jokes.
You right?
Bill has put himself in a position to where ain't shit funny, Bill.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're too suspicious of
Yeah,
you.
we're too suspicious of you. You either got to be this guy all the time, that Bill O'Reilly who goes at liberals or goes at people, or nothing.
yeah.
Now is not the time for jokes. And the fact he was so dismissive of an eloquent point. Like, I would rather hear what Bill O'Reilly has to say about what Miss Maxine said on the House floor. Like,
Well,
respond to that.
It speaks to Maxine's point.
It was real.
Because when the point is real and the point resonates,
Deflect.
deflect, spin,
It's the same
baby.
thing when your girl catch you cheating. When your girl got you against that wall.
Well, why don't we talk about the weather?
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about how it's so cold outside?
Exactly.
You know, that's what nobody's. This
Absolutely.
global warming ain't shit. Exactly.
I'm not. I didn't. You didn't hit the whole donkey though.
Say what?
You didn't hit the whole donkey though. Because I used Chris Rock's clip from Bigger and Blacker
What'd you say?
when he said crack ass cracker.
I sure heard it. Yeah. But you said there's a difference between white people and
Absolutely.
ass crackers, and then
Absolutely.
you said and that's the same thing when you said there's a difference between
Black people and niggas.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead and say it.
So I like what. No, I'm not doing it. Come on, I am delivered. Okay, stop trying to bring me back to my room. I am delivered, Charlamagne.
But that's a great point though, because it was funny to me watching white people on social media hit Bill O'Reilly and goes, "I'm white," and I agree. You're a cracker ass cracker, right? Because like, it's okay to call things what they are.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to be called a crack ass cracker, then don't come off as racist, bigoted, sexist, any of that shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool. That's how you avoid it.
Yeah.
Just like if you don't want to be called a nigga, don't do nigga shit.
You know, I'll be honest with you, dog. I got a feeling that you could do the most non-N-word shit and people still will call you the N-word if they're racist. Like, I don't think that racist white people are going, listen, you haven't been acting like an N-word lately, and I'm going to start calling you a black
Yeah, white
man.
people ain't. Yeah, they
They don't care what you.
By the way,
Barack Obama's still an N-word to racist white people.
but I don't think they use it no more because it's a part of me that's starting to believe that saying nigga as a term of endearment, which I try not to do, I think that shit worked. I think that shit kind of confused white people.
So it's like they take away the power.
Yeah, it's like I think they kind of really might have took away the goddamn power from the N-word. Through this whole, even if you go back to 18 months of Donald Trump, we ain't heard a white person let the N-word fly yet.
Oh no.
There's been other shit that people say, oh, that's racist, that racist.
Yeah,
but the regular, original OG shit, you ain't heard it.
Wow.
I haven't. Richard Spencer ain't never used it. Milo ain't never used it.
Yeah.
Who uses it?
Yeah. Who does use the N-word anymore?
Shit might have really got the power taken out of it.
No, what happened is these Muslims came in and they took all the hate up. White people don't got enough hate to go around for black
Muslims
people
the new
no more.
niggas, what you
Yeah, they got that Islamophobia is more important than the racism now. It's like, I want to muster up the anger to say the N-word, but these Muslims
Racism.
trying to kill everybody.
That might be a fucking excellent point. Fucking What the fuck else happened this week?
Well, we had some shit. We had some shit that happened last week that I don't think we ever spoke about. We didn't talk about Drake. We didn't talk about...
What the fuck happened with Drake?
Drake released an album. We didn't talk about Ross's album.
Drake's album is whack.
Interesting.
People did want to hear you guys take on the Chappelle specials. I don't know.
Oh, I want to talk about the Chappelle special. I want let's pay a bill first. All right. Have you ever been on a website and thought this seems good, but what if it were a TV show instead? Well, you're in luck. Since 1993, the AV Club has produced some of the best pop culture writing on the web. All right. And now, after 20 years of talking about TV, the folks at the AV Club are coming full circle with their own TV show. Hosted by longtime AV Club editor John Teddy, the AV Club show is a weekly deep dive that invites everyone from the hardcore fanatics to the casual observer to take a closer look and laugh more at every corner of pop culture, from TV to movies to music to games and beyond.
That's right. So grab your favorite snack and turn on Fusion TV to catch the AV Club, hosted by John. Is that Titty or Teddy?
Teddy.
John Teddy.
John Titty boy.
Thursdays at 9 Eastern. Visit fusion.net/where to watch for details.
I want to real quick touch on just some things that some of the response from the from last week's episode.
Let's talk about it.
I got two things were always said. Well, not always said, but the majority of the response I got, there were two things. One, when I got I would get these long DMs. I really appreciate everybody that sent them and took the time to write that. That was amazing. And I actually did read as many of them as I could. One, there was this surprise at how well I took the criticism. You know, everyone would start, hey, listen, I'm really, surprised that you were able to take the criticism so well, this, that, the other. And I even texted you about this as I listened to it. I don't think I'm offended by genuine criticism. Mm-hmm. I think I get offended by criticism that has ulterior motives. But like when the criticism is genuine and it is altruistic, like meaning like it's to help me, mm-hmm. I'm not upset about it. It's like when you're playing basketball and your teammate goes, hey, listen, you got to box him out. We're getting killed on the boards. I don't go, well, fuck you. What do you do?
Box up.
It's more like, all right, I'm going to start boxing out.
That's why I replied to you. I said, I would hope you do the same for me.
Yeah.
Just to keep each other on point.
Exactly.
Still sharp and still.
Exactly. So, because me being better at what I do doesn't help you, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it does help you, but it's like, it helps me more than anybody.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like you're doing this so that you can be better. It's not like you're doing this for yourself, or Chris is doing it so Chris can be better. These things will only help me be a better communicator. And then the other thing that people said was, hey, listen, I agree with the critiques about, don't argue too long and know when to disengage and know when, an argument is, or a discussion is turning into an argument and it's not fruitful. Mm-hmm. He goes, but I really appreciate your perspective on this show. Please don't change that. And my takeaway from this was, no, I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing my opinions. I love the thought exercise. I love the thought experiment. I love looking at different points of view. That's what I get off on. Some people do Sudoku. Mm-hmm. To work my brain out. My mental gymnastics is seeing how much I believe in one thing by looking at the other side and looking at all those points of view. So I'm always going to bring different points of view to the podcast. That being said, I think with these critiques, I'll just be able to improve my communication skills.
That's all constructive criticism is.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, listen, we get paid to communicate. Mm-hmm. And I always go back to that woman of color tweet because that was me communicating poorly. Now, I don't know if what I said was communicated poorly or it was the platform. Personally, I think it was the platform. Either way, I just have to learn to communicate that better. The reason that's fresh on my mind, I got checked yesterday about it.
What happened?
I was up in my dude, Michael Woods, doing his podcast for Everlast Boxing, and black woman at the desk.
What'd she say?
Charlamagne, I'm buying your book, but I want you to know that I was not happy when you shaded black women. I'm like, oh, here we go. Right? We still on this in 2017, but I listened to the critique. I'm not arguing. I'm not defensive. Mm-hmm. So what didn't you like about what I said? And she was like, I think you should have just communicated it better. I understand what you were trying to say after the fact. Right. And I was like, you're right. That's why I should have just did it on the radio or did it on the podcast where I could explain myself instead of having a tweet taken out of context. So like I said, that doesn't offend me. Yep. It just makes me cognizant of how to communicate because that's what we get paid to do. Yep. If we got great ideas, right?
Yep.
If the great ideas aren't, getting through to the people because of the way we're communicating. And what's the point?
What's the point?
Execution is everything.
It's like you're not going to change what you do, or I'm not going to change what I do. You're not going to change your weapon. You're just going to sharpen the blade.
Sharpen the blade, baby.
And that was one of the dopest things. Like, I had this guy who's a lawyer from London reach out to me. He wrote this fucking long essay about, he's a trial attorney, right, about the best ways to communicate. And one of the things I took from it, I forgot his name, man, or I would shout you out, man, I appreciate it. But he was like, one of the things they teach you in trial attorney school is not to badger the witness. And what he says is, he's like, basically, you land your shots, but you leave it up to the jury. And sometimes in these arguments and discussions, I try to go for the KO when I should just be confident in saying the information, saying my points of view, and let the jury decide. You don't have to knock everybody out. You could be Mayweather. Mayweather is 40-0 or 49-0.
Defense.
About to be 50-0. Exactly. Stick and move. And that being said, I think from now on, it's going to be like, instead of me trying to get that person to submit, I think I'm an even better communicator by saying my piece and then letting the audience decide. And sometimes by saying your piece and having that person respond, they hang themselves.
That's why in interviews, I like to have conversations. I don't want interviews to be interrogations. Because with interrogations, you get nothing out of them.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like interrogations, people freeze up. It's like that old analogy I always use about the sun and the wind. The sun and the wind had a battle to see who could make the guy take their coat off first.
Yeah.
So the wind is blowing. He's hard. He's making the trees go crazy and everything. So the guy grabs his coat tighter.
Yeah.
The sun comes out and the sun is gentle and warm and shining the rays. And this motherfucker got naked and laid under a tree.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like, that's all it is. It's just communication. Like it's simple. Like, and like you said, people are hang themselves. All people will get to the point where if they know you're going to ask them anyway, and they know all eyes are on this situation,
they'll offer the information.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Mary J, listen, true story. I shouldn't be telling you because it don't come out to tomorrow, but Mary J. Blige people came in the room and they was like, Charlamagne, could you just ease in to the divorce stuff? Could you ease into that? I'm like, whatever. I never listen to them anyway. Okay. Mary sits down 2 minutes into the interview, gone.
Right.
Really?
Gone. Because she know.
But you set that expectation. She knows you're going to ask the real question.
Absolutely.
So she got to come with the real.
Absolutely. Literally, it was like 20, 30 minutes of her just talking about going through her divorce and how she's feeling. She hates it. She's fucked up. What he did, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
She's not paying him the child support.
Yeah.
I love those kind of interviews. All I got to do is just sit back and go.
Yeah.
By the way, when you watch the great interviewers like the Oprah, the Diane Sawyers, Barbara Walters, they really don't do shit.
well, real talk, it's because they did so much leading up to it.
People
it's
know.
like you had so
right.
many interviews where you asked that
You're
question right away that she's prepared to talk about it or else don't come on my show.
They know what it is.
So the same thing with Oprah. It's like, you're going to cry. Don't come on here acting like you're not going to cry.
Absolutely.
You're going to be tear ducted all day.
Absolutely. But no, that's a great point. I mean, listen, man, I'm all for constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I go on SoundCloud. I go on social media. I like to see what people say. I take things with a grain of salt. Like my father said, you're never as good as they say you are. You're never as bad as they say you are. I take constructive criticism from people that actually know me better than I do people who don't know me. Because if you don't know me, you're like, you got an agenda.
Sure.
I don't care what, like if you don't know me, you have an agenda.
Yeah.
Because some people go out of their way just to say fucked up shit about us simply because they having a bad day.
Sure.
It's just that simple. So it's like I want to fuck your day up. But somebody that knows me and know like when people would say Andrew's a racist. No, he's not. I know Andrew.
Yep.
So you can't tell me that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I can dismiss all of that bullshit and get to the crux of what a situation is.
Yep.
But like I said, I have no problem doing, like Andrew had a good idea. He was like, yo, let's do those checks every 3 months.
Yeah.
Every 4 months.
What is it called? Like a review. Like they do it in corporate jobs, right?
I think we should do it live. I think we should do.
Yeah, I like that.
I think we should get these venues and do like 200-300 people, and have these town halls, Brilliant Idiot town halls, and let people just, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And yeah, just talk to the people.
Talk
have
to the
you guys
people.
come out. Man, I'm telling you, bro, being able to do stand up after the shows, I get to talk to Brilliant Idiots fans, and. Granted, these are the fans that come out to see me live, so these are real fans that really support the show, have been here forever. But like, it's the most validating experience in my creative career because you see what this show means to people, man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. I read all the comments too.
God.
The big takeaway for me was, and it's like very gratifying, people are invested in this show. Like,
Yeah.
We're their people.
Yeah, like it's not light analysis. It's
No,
like,
they
it's
think about it and like
real
I'm
analysis.
telling you, it's when you meet a Brilliant Idiots fan, it's never just, hey, what's up, man? Hey,
Right.
good to meet you. Let's take a picture. It's hey, what's up, man? Hey, can we have a pic? Hey, listen, 3 weeks ago
Right.
you said this on the podcast about
yeah,
girls'
yeah,
feet, and I just want to let you know that not every girl. So they'll take a specific thing because they've been waiting to discuss that moment with us, right?
Yeah.
And they're the coolest conversations I've had after shows because there's not that awkward moment where like. They just want a picture to prove that they were in the room with you.
yeah.
There's a dialogue that we have going on with these people that means a lot to them, man. They're calling their friends. People are showing me texts. Like when we drop the episode, there'll be somebody who's like, nah, shows have been annoying the fuck out of me. I'm not listening to this episode. My buddy's like, man, the guy was like, you got to check this episode. You know, Charlamagne and Chris are going in on him, this, that, the other. And then the guy would
I
text
hate
back.
that too. Going in. We weren't going in.
Whatever, we're grown ups. We can handle these
yeah.
shits. But like, and then the guy was like, no, actually, I did start listening to it. This shit was wild. So it's like the Brilliant community was even talking amongst themselves. I think we need to have some kind of platform besides just the comment section on SoundCloud or the Instagrams where we can have a forum for Brilliant Idiots fans to talk amongst
that'd
each
be
other.
dope.
We could set up a Slack page.
We need to do something because
That'd be dope.
after the shows, I'll have like a bunch of different fans that don't know each other, but they start talking amongst
I mean, we could
themselves
also
about
set up,
ideas.
like a Slack page where people could join and start posting articles and different stuff.
Yeah.
too, and then we can jump in.
And we could jump in, like,
comment.
we could
Right.
even talk on the page a little bit, like, to answer a couple questions
Yeah.
for a few minutes a day, a week, you know, like, have that personal interaction. Because after the shows, there'll be 3 different groups of people who don't know each other at all, but they know Brilliant Idiots.
Right.
And these people become friends. Like, these people giving each other ride homes and that kind of shit like that. It's a very unique community we've created.
I was thinking about this too. I've been thinking about this the past couple of weeks. I don't think that America has really dealt with what's been going on correctly. Like what has happened in the country. I don't think we realize the shift of consciousness that happened in this country. And I think that with the conservatives, I was telling Chris this, with the conservative side of things, you got 2 types of conservatives out here. You got the traditional Republicans. I know Republicans.
Right.
Like I know people who've been Republican their whole life. Like Carolina Bermudez is Republican. Like I know black Republicans like my homegirl Tez. Like I know Republicans and I know their values and things like that. This new conservative shit, this new alt-right thing, it's a warped version of what conservative values are. And I think a lot of kids are just getting into politics and they're getting this version. They're getting the Milo, Richard Spencer, Tommy Lawrence, Steve Bannon, Trump version of this shit.
Yeah.
And I think it's fucking people's minds up.
Yep.
I really do. Like, there's nothing
But
wrong.
that's the conservatives' fault. My dad was one of those conservatives. We call them Reagan
conservatives.
Reagan Republicans,
yeah.
Reagan conservatives. And, you know, like they were too right for me, but they were generally considered fairly middle of the road. And he's been saying the same thing. Like, and he finally dropped out after 40 years.
Really?
He was done even now. But I was like, yo, man, I'm sorry to drop this on you, but this is your guys' fault. You let this get out of control. You have to stomp that shit out.
So, I learned this yesterday. Somebody said that Donald Trump's approval rating will never fall less than 28%. Because it'll be 28% of people who, no matter what, are going to rep Republican, going to rep conservative, whatever. Like, but the other, and that's kind of silly to me. And I guess that's what Maxine Waters was trying to say. She just basically was saying that, look, this guy's going to ruin the country. It doesn't matter what party you're involved in, especially when the motherfucking Trump ain't even a Republican, right? He just ran under that ticket.
Yeah.
So I think that this whole new age alt-right shit is fucking the game up because that's not really who conservatives are.
Yeah.
I don't think so anyway. Not the Republicans and conservatives I've met over the years.
Right.
This is some new shit. And I think when they hear people siding with this shit and you're looking at it knowing it's wrong, I think the lines are getting blurred because some people are just siding with conservative values.
Right.
Which is cool. But not this administration.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers is off.
Yeah, it's a manipulation of these values.
It's a manipulation of these values. Exactly.
And people don't even realize that they're being manipulated.
So it's like when you automatically say I'm a conservative, you're like, oh, man. They already writing you off.
Sure,
like,
sure,
you racist, you a bigot, you this,
Well,
you that.
we do that shit. We do that shit regardless. I mean, because my whole life I was a what I would call a bigoted liberal, meaning anybody who wasn't liberal, I thought was dumb. I thought was racist. I thought was sexist, trying to make choices for women about their bodies, etc. And what's very interesting is in the last few years when I've kind of opened my mind up and tried to decrease the gap in between, left and right, and at least try to understand the right and what they're going through, by being empathetic to the right, that's the first time in my entire life I've ever been called a racist, a sexist,
But that's because
and all these other
the
things,
first time
just by
ever-
being compassionate.
But no, it's not. It's nothing wrong with what being empathetic to the right. It's this form of the
it.
right.
Interesting.
Like, 'cause think about the motherfuckers that are claiming this shit.
Yeah.
the Tommy Lawrence,
so when I'm-
the Milos.
So you're saying when I'm being compassionate to a Reagan conservative,
Yes.
I get misinterpreted as I'm being compassionate
To
to
Milo,
a Milo,
to Tommy, to Richard Spencer. Like,
Right.
literally, it was this one dude who kept tweeting us over and over. He was on your side, heavy. And I'm like, okay, so let me go look at his page. This motherfucker literally had free Milo on his goddamn page.
I don't know if you guys caught this, but there's an actual right-wing character named Alt-Right Andy.
No, I didn't see him.
No, there is. And somehow
Hilarious.
he caught the title of the episode and he tweeted it, he posted it on his YouTube page. So there are a lot of people coming from like that super
No way.
ultra right wing.
No, it is. I didn't know you had that much conservative. I mean, not even conservative.
And they hated
I don't
both
know
of
what
you
you
guys.
call
They
it.
were like, "What is this fucking bullshit? These guys are both libtards. What is that?" I was like, "Where are all these people
that's
coming
what I'm
from?"
trying to tell you.
And
It's
he
like,
posted it. He
bro,
posted
I'm
it
trying to tell you, every time I'm on Fox News or every time I'm on a true conservative kind of channel or in a true conservative environment, they think I'm like the most left-leaning liberal in the world. It's only in the super left area do I get looked at as even remotely conservative.
I respect objective people. I respect
Sure.
Nina Turner, because Nina Turner is a Democrat, but she will point the finger at Democrats all day long. She
As
used to
you
be
should.
She used to be a Hillary woman.
Yeah.
Then she switched over to Bernie.
Right.
She thinks what Hillary did to Bernie in the DNC primaries is
Cold.
fucked up.
Cold.
We had her on the Breakfast Club 2 weeks ago. She going in on the Democratic Party. Danny
Yeah.
Glover actually tweeted that interview out. Crazy Danny Glover watches the fucking... I don't know if he watches the Breakfast Club or he watches Nina Turner, but he tweeted out the Nina Turner interview. I was like, holy shit. But then I like people that are conservative who can say, that is not us.
That makes me trust you.
Exactly.
That's all you
and
need
that's
from
all
my
That's
trust.
all we're asking.
Yeah.
That's Maxine's whole point, and that's why I hated that Bill O'Reilly dismissed that, because that could have led to a broader conversation.
That's it.
That's it. Let's not be. If we love America.
There we go.
At the end of the day,
Yep.
we want America to be the greatest country in the world.
Regardless if you're conservative or Democrat.
If you're not
Yeah.
capable of doing that,
Yeah.
we gotta fucking talk about this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Donald
yeah.
Trump's not above motherfucking critique.
No.
Nobody
And
is. Barack
Donald-
Obama wasn't above critique.
Donald gets a lot of critique.
He
He absolutely does get a
Rightfully
lot of
so.
rightfully so.
He had a quiet week though.
Yeah, because everybody concentrate on. Well, that's another thing that kind of annoys me, right? Is like we have people like we have these like, and we even say it on this show. We're like, don't be distracted, stay on the issue, right? We got these DC girls. We don't know what the fuck is going on with them, right? We got the healthcare bill just failed, right? We got a white dude from Baltimore came up to New York, shot up.
ain't shoot shit.
Stabbed a fucking black man, but he came specifically here to kill black
men.
dudes, right?
Yeah.
We have these three stories.
Russia, don't forget about Russia. Are we
that's
compromised
not a
about
quiet
Russia?
week.
or not?
That's
Real
what
quick,
we- yeah.
no, but real quick. So we got all the and Russia, right? And we have these, and we have liberal pundits, right, who will say to the death of them, "Don't be distracted from these things. These things are very important." I completely agree. Then Bill O'Reilly says some shit about Maxine Waters' hair, and every one of these pundits is like, "This is the worst thing that's ever happened. This is absolutely horrible. Don't worry about Russia. Don't worry about. Don't worry about the."
distraction, bro.
But my point is, don't say you're upset at the distraction and then be distracted when it
distraction,
works
yeah.
for you and your agenda. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. The missing DC girl shit, I still don't know
What
what's up
what
with
is
that.
happening with
I
this?
don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I don't know what news sources are accurate now. I'm dead on. I'm dead ass serious. Because first it started on social media. Then they told us that the girls were runaways. I know this may sound crazy to y'all, but hearing that they were runaways makes me feel better about this.
Of course, I'd rather you run away than be kidnapped.
I would much rather think
Shit.
that girls are running away than that there's somebody out there just picking off young black girls. I got
Yeah.
2 daughters. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Running away, I can wrap my brain around that a little bit better. Motherfuckers just down there kidnapping girls. I just saw Get Out.
Yeah.
I don't know if they, you know what I'm saying? Then you're reading stuff about they harvesting black people's organs. Like, I don't know what's going on. So you can't just be putting shit like that out there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because we'll believe it.
Absolutely. And so it's like, people got upset when the police officers came out and said, these are runaways, trying to explain the situation. that puts my mind at a little bit more ease. Do I want them to come back home? Yes.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to think that girls are just out there being kidnapped randomly.
People are going to run away, okay?
Yeah.
I remember I tried to run away once, but I was bluffing. And
Really?
yeah, I was like, I'm running away, and my parents just let me walk away, and I just stayed in the
Did you
lobby.
really have nowhere to go?
I had nowhere to go. I was young. I was, but like, so the point is, people are going to be upset with their parents and run away. That is never going to change in America, right? That being said, kidnappers are a real fucking deal.
Goddamn
and if
right.
you got a dude kidnapping black chicks like crazy, 14 black chicks, that's
on,
a
man.
basketball team. You don't just kidnap a basketball team of black chicks.
That's the Lady Gamecocks.
That's
No,
the
for
Lady
real. Yeah,
Gamecock.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe somebody was worried about their effectiveness in the tournament.
I'm serious,
Maybe
man.
that's how UConn wins every year. They just kidnap the black girls from all the other teams.
Take their spirits and give them the tall ass white girls. That shit is crazy, man. But that scared me too, because I think it was that story that made me realize, yo, I don't know what news source to go to nowadays, yo.
Bro, these Republicans, these Trump Republicans did a great job of discrediting the news. And news sources did an even better job of proving them right.
Yes.
It's like what you said about Bill O'Reilly. We know O'Reilly has said many questionable things regarding race in his life. So you can't make jokes anything to do with race because we're going to assume racism, right?
You don't have that luxury.
So exactly. So if these Republicans have primed us to think that news is fake, a news source got to be even more on their P's and Q's about not being fake because we're assuming the shit might be.
And listen, all the OG newscasters, Ted Koppel,
Yeah,
Dan
you saw Ted
Rather,
Koppel on
oh
Tucker,
my God,
not Tucker.
He was on Sean
Hannity, yeah.
They're pissed off about this shit.
Yeah, I
Because
bet.
you gotta understand, man, to them, this is like Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson watching the NBA, and the NBA's fucked up now.
Yeah, it's soft.
It's soft. Like, they're like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing to the league? Like, that's how Ted Koppel and Dan Rather than feel. They like, yo, we are the OGs of this shit. Thank you, Paige. They're like, yo, we the OGs of this shit. We want respect. Like, people should respect journalists.
Yeah.
Like, not discredit us. Like, we shouldn't be looked at as being fucked up now.
Yeah.
Because of y'all. I think that shit is dope that Ted Koppel and Dan Rather are out here G-checking.
Yo.
Because now it's important, man, to dispense the right information.
Yeah.
Shit is dangerous. Yo, what do you think is breeding? Once again, I'll go back to this Daily News shit.
Yeah.
When Daily News had us in the paper and they tried to say the Breakfast Club was racist.
Yeah.
Too dangerous a time for that, bro. When you got motherfuckers driving all the way from Baltimore to New York with goddamn 18-inch knives and stabbing black men just because the black men are with white women.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going through these white racist hate groups'
Can we
minds.
acknowledge how stupid racists are?
Of course.
Because think about it. You know how stupid you have to be as a person to want to kill black people and leave Baltimore?
Oh, but his reasoning for it made perfect sense, though.
Why?
Because he said New York is the media capital of the world. He wanted it to get the most attention he wanted. Now, mind you,
if you take a fucking Ginsu sword and Kill Bill style murder a black dude in Baltimore,
wouldn't you do it in Times Square?
gonna
Nobody's going to care.
But if you do it to a white guy in New York, so you're saying white lives matter more in New York?
No, I'm saying that New York is the media capital of the world. If you stab somebody in Times Square, you're going to get on the front page of the Daily
You do
News.
it in Baltimore, it's like, yeah, it's a Baltimore shit.
Baltimore. Yeah, white dude stabbed somebody in Baltimore. That's why you can't get people like that you can't get people like that to out and say that they're mentally ill.
Because he was too aware. He was too cognizant.
You had a marketing and promotional plan for a murder? You ain't fucking mentally ill. That's a great rollout, nigga. That's more life. That was a great rollout. You came all the way to Midtown. You got on a bus, came all the way to Midtown, stuck out a nice, easy prey, stabbed him, and then went and turned yourself into the police. But that let me know he was pussy too, though.
Why? Because he turned himself in?
After one. What kind of serial killer are you?
You're not.
One, you're not a serial killer.
You're not. You just
killed
have one in
guy,
you, dog?
You turn yourself in.
All these black men, and that's all you could do is take one down?
And all he had was a knife. He wasn't going to get... I guarantee you that shit... You caught a 66-year-old man... I think his name was Timothy Kaufman or something like that. He probably was a little disabled or something. And then he had the nerve after the fact to say, I was looking for a thug. I was looking for a young thug to kill. Young thug would have shot your ass.
Come on, man.
For a young thug would have fucked you up.
Let's keep it very real. Let's keep it very... I mean, this is the best argument for gun control when you think about it.
I can see that.
If this dude had an AK-47,
a bunch of people would have got
that's
shot.
10,
in that
15
moment.
black people dead.
Absolutely.
When you got a sword,
Absolutely.
it's one. Now,
Absolutely.
it's a tragedy that one person died, but imagine if all these mass murderers just tried to use a sword.
Absolutely. I did think about that. In my mind, I was like, what if he had a gun? If If he had a gun, he could have just got his shit off. I'm like, why a sword?
Sword. Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah, why?
Like, why a sword? That's what I would want to know.
I can't even imagine a black guy getting killed by a sword. It's usually like Asians.
He was 66.
Say again?
He was 66 years old.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, he was old.
I'm like, what? Oh, now old black guys get killed with a sword.
My thing is this, though. If you really a racist,
Yeah.
you hate black people.
Yeah.
Do you really want to spend the rest of your life in jail because of one?
Surrounded by black people? Have you not seen the 13th?
Yeah.
There's tons. It's like, this is how stupid racists are. I'm telling you, this is maybe he doesn't hate black. Maybe he is attracted to black males. Maybe he wants black male dick so badly that he put himself in a situation where he would be raped for the next 25 years in his life by just black dudes. Hey, so black dudes in jail, but I'm back, baby. I'm back. Let's go. Maybe black dudes in jail. You gotta keep it real. This guy wants your dick, okay? So whatever you do.
I just think it's stupid. Like
He was jealous of those white women the black guys were fucking.
That's what he said. He said he's got tired of black men fucking white women.
Because he wanted that black dick.
Black dick. That's possible, yo. 'Cause
Hey.
I just don't understand if you hate somebody so much. If I hate somebody, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I'm gonna be around a lot of them in close quarters for the rest of my motherfucking
Naked.
life. Come on, man. Come on. I'd rather be free to be racist.
Yeah.
Than be in jail
Where you
because
really-
I killed the black man.
Come on, bro.
No. You're gonna give away the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Come on, stop it. All right, let's pay some bills. We come back, we're gonna talk about Wax's love life.
Oh, yes.
That's why I shut up. Chill out.
Now, this week's episode of Brilliant Idiots is also brought to you by Blue Apron. Not all ingredients are created equal, so it's important to know where your food comes from. Thankfully, for less than $10 per person per meal, Blue Apron delivers easy-to-follow recipes along with pre-portioned ingredients, courtesy of over 150 local farms, ranches, and fisheries across the United States right to your door. Blue Apron sends you higher quality food at a better value by cutting out the middleman and delivering ingredients at their most fresh. And fresh, high-quality ingredients make a real difference in your cooking.
That's true. And because Blue Apron ships the exact amount of each ingredient required for a recipe, there's no food waste. When I say exact, I mean down to like the fucking pinch of salt. It is incredible what they do. They send these little paper bags that are labeled perfectly. It makes cooking easy. I can't cook for shit, and I was actually able to cook this meal. It's everything you need to make sustainable and delicious home-cooked meals in 40 minutes or less. Some of the upcoming meals for April are spinach and fresh mozzarella pizza with olives, bell peppers, and ricotta salad, sweet and sour salmon with bok choy, carrot, and ginger fried rice. Shout out to Chris. Parmesan crusted chicken with creamy fettuccine and roasted broccoli, baby broccoli, and Fontana paninis with hard-boiled egg and arugula salad. Check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free. That's free with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/idiots. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait.
Now, I told Wax that...
We got Wax with us right here. Say, what's up, Wax?
I told Wax I was going to shame the shit out of him because
Chill out. I don't even know what you're
With what?
talking
he's in
about.
a real-life get-out situation.
What happened?
I've been in Get Out.
You got yourself a white girl?
He got him a white girl. I've never seen
it's
her.
all allegedly, right?
I've only
I learned
seen
how to spell
shadows
it.
of her. Like I'll pull up and I'll drop Wax off and it'll be dark. So I can't
my
really
God.
see her. But all I know is she's really round.
Listen,
Right. How
I
big
don't
is the
know
shadow?
nothing.
How wide is the shadow? It's a wide shadow.
It's a Twitter egg.
You got
Oh, buddy.
There's no curves, bro. That shit is just
Buddy.
spherical.
I don't
No,
know what he's
So
talking about.
finally,
I don't know what he's talking about.
finally, I'm like, Wax, what the fuck are you doing? And he broke down yesterday, and he was like, he was like, man, this girl, she
Yo,
gave me
never
an
tell you that.
ultimatum. I gotta fuck her 3 times a week. I was like, what?
He just told me about this shit.
I try to get you some pussy. You gonna do me like this?
I will tell the story about you trying to get pussy.
Wax
but
has
let's
heard
keep
about
going.
this.
Let's talk about something else.
No,
you
we're
need to
talking
talk
about you.
this.
Listen,
Bro,
man.
why are you
One
in
day
this
you're gonna go
situation?
pick up Wax, and right out the door you're gonna see this black guy.
I'm telling you.
Get out style, right straight at you. We
Chill
out,
out.
Charlamagne.
Listen,
We
all
out.
this is allegedly.
Why
too,
are you
man.
in this situation?
I'm chill out. I already get tied up all the time. I get tied up all the time. I
He
don't
went
know.
to go see Get Out with her, from what he
Oh
told me.
my God.
Okay.
When the movie was over, he stood up and yelled at her. And he said, now you see what I go through.
This is what I'm talking about.
So she's making you fuck her 3 times a week.
Well, listen. Where's this? Where's all this going? People gonna be listening to this?
Yes, it's called a podcast. You've been on it before.
Come
it
on.
still works the same.
I don't know anything.
Listen, so
Let's
how
talk about something
No,
else.
can we talk about this
is
3
real
times a
life
week?
Situation.
But 3
This is
times a
real.
week.
Get out, man. I need the fucking flash or something.
So
for
you
my
need help.
eyes. Flash me.
Yeah, I'm gonna flash you right fucking now. Let me put the flash on my fucking phone. I'm trying to figure out why are you in a relationship with a fat white girl?
Can you
What
show
are
me?
you talking about?
Can you show me the
know
girl?
who's who.
And it's not even about her being fat and white.
Yo, listen, this
Flash
guy
him.
is crazy. All right, good, I'm back. Listen, Charlamagne don't know what he's talking. I wasn't there. I don't know
I'm
what
gonna be
he's
honest
talking
with
about.
you. I don't know who this girl is.
Jesus
but
Christ.
Whoever this mystery
I just
girl
seen
is.
Carl
listen,
Spitz downstairs. I just seen Pastor Carl downstairs.
Carl Lynch?
Yeah, listen, he
Did
got
you talk to him about it?
I love
Yes,
Carl.
he got an office down there. I never
Yeah, he
knew
does. He
was
got an
there.
office in the building now.
It's dope. It's
Don't
dope
try to
down
change the
there.
subject.
Listen.
Listen. I don't know who this fat white girl is, right? I don't know who you are, but I'm pretty sure you listen to the podcast.
You see that God pivot? He
That was
just
a
tried
good
to pull
no
on us
spin.
right there. That was a good
no spin.
effort.
That was a
Look
good
at
no
you, you
spin.
Bill O'Reilly over here. Get yourself, Bill.
I get some fake news all day.
Listen, I know she listens to this podcast probably, so I just want
Listen,
to tell her. I want to tell you
We
this.
got black girls out there missing, and
I
you
wanna
over here want to talk about this. You want to talk about this? Do y'all hear this, ladies? He don't like black women that much.
Wax
He
his
wanna talk about a white girl.
Yeah.
He want to talk about
Yeah.
a white girl with all these black girls missing.
You care about listen. Wax cares about black women so much that he lives with a fat white
Shut
girl.
up.
Whoa.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn, bro.
Listen,
The
I'm trying to
disrespect.
figure out what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Yo, he
By
just
the
got
way,
flashed.
maybe
let the
those-
record
maybe
show-
those
Flash me.
14
I'm okay.
Let the record show he lives with her because he wants to.
I
you don't
believe it.
have to.
Let me tell you something.
Listen,
You know why
that's
those
the
black
girl
girls in
downstairs.
D.C. are missing?
Yes, let's talk
You know
about
why
that.
they're missing?
Let me hear that.
Because they're looking for a black man, but they can't find one because they're all fucking fat white girls.
That's
That's
true.
exactly
Can I
what
just
happened.
tell you some
Hide
pussy? You
behind
gonna
the fat
do me
white
like this
girl.
again, yo?
Hey, Wax did try to get me some pussy. I'm not gonna lie.
Was she fat and white?
No, all these girls is actually
I just
okay.
want to tell
It's
this fat
all
white girl that
fuckable.
Wax loves you. I'm telling you what I know
Gosh,
because he talks about you all the time, and I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way you're talking about this girl all the time and you don't like
Ain't
her.
that supposed to get you out of something,
He
man?
he likes this girl, yo. I
No,
know
I
for a
don't.
fact
I don't
he
know
loves this
nothing.
girl.
How are the feet?
I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just got flashed. I'm a new person right now. Let's talk about I seen.
Why can't you just
Pastor
talk about this
Carl
girl?
He's
I
going
don't
home to her
understand it.
today.
You going home?
He going home.
Listen,
to
Do you
her
have to? Do you have to have
today.
sex with her
What else did I
today?
say?
What is the sex schedule?
And he told me the pussy. And he told me the pussy's amazing.
Stop.
And he told me the pussy's amazing. He told me the pussy's amazing. I said, this guy is crazy.
Wow. And let me tell you nothing again in life.
Wow.
I'm with him all day, so I'm trying to. You got to talk to somebody.
No, this guy's
You got to
good.
talk to somebody.
Charlamagne
He
is
just sit
good.
there and wait. He's going to tell me.
Yeah.
That's
That's it.
funny.
He's going to
That's
tell.
No, Charlamagne is good because you know what Charlamagne's thinking? He's like, oh, they think I hate black women. Wait till I put this shit on Wax real quick.
That's what you do all the time.
And every time I drop him off, I'm like, you going home to that fat white shit again?
You gonna get tied up tonight?
You gonna get tied up tonight?
Chill, man. Damn.
I'm like, you like that shit. He likes her, though. I know he likes her.
What
He
is
likes
Listen,
her.
how many minutes was this? It's too long about
What's
this.
what's
Yo,
her name?
you really got black girls like
What's her
being
name?
missing, yo, right now. Y'all being really disrespectful, y'all. Stop.
Disrespectful to who?
The black girls that's missing. Let's talk about that.
Let me
Let's
ask
talk
you a
about. Let's
question.
try to put us
I agree with you.
together.
I know.
And try to find them. Yo.
I agree with you. Can you name one of the girls' names that's missing?
Listen, man. Let's just talk about that. Can you? Can you?
Of course I can.
All right, let's start putting them out there so
But
everybody can know.
Andrew
Of
wasn't
course.
standing on it, though. You stood on it.
I can
I
name
want to know what's
them.
going on. I heard y'all talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know what's going on
I
in
could
the
absolutely
situation.
tell you the names.
I mean, you
the only
can
person-
listen. You're not gonna fail with Akeisha or Tamika. I'm sure. That,
Janelle.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Come on.
But what that got to do with the Amy that you fucking?
Whoa,
You are
listen.
fucking an Amber.
Listen,
You
I am
are
celibate.
fucking
Y'all forgetting that I'm celibate.
Listen. What do you mean you're celibate?
I'm celibate. Let's talk.
That's even
let's
worse.
get
So you're just going and
everybody
cuddling with this
to
white girl?
Figure out what
Got
the girl's
14 black
name
girls
is.
in the
Now is the
whole-
time to talk about it. Are you in a happy situation?
Listen, I don't even know what's going on. I just got flashed.
You should be able to love who
All
you
right?
love, Wax.
Where's the fucking
Love
teacup?
who you
There's
love.
no teacup. I don't even know what's going on till you
If
stir
you
the
got a
teacup
fat,
again.
if you got a fat white girl that loves you and you love her,
Where you
there's
even
nothing
getting
wrong
this
with that.
from?
Wax would never fuck a fat black girl. He has before.
Uh-huh.
But he would
That's
never
one time.
wife one.
Why not? Why you think?
Because he don't like fat black girls, but a fat white girl,
fat
for
white
whatever
girl-
reason, is
Ooh,
white for.
that's
This guy
enticing,
is out
huh?
of control. Where's this guy coming
enticing,
from?
huh?
Where's this
Wow.
guy come from?
Wow.
This is good.
Wow.
I like this one.
Okay.
So are you in a relationship right now, Wax?
Listen, I'm chilling out, man. I'm being free out here.
He's in love, right?
Hold on, Paige. You said that he said he's in love.
Paige.
He was like, I like her, but I just don't like how she acts like my parole officer. I'm like, what? That's what he said.
Yo, but
That's
that
what
you need
they
that.
said.
You need
Listen,
that. You need some
What
regiment,
else is happening
bro.
into the world these days? What's up with Bill O'Reilly?
We already spoke about Bill
Motherfucker don't
O'Reilly.
know what's
His
going
punk
on.
ass.
No,
Wax is the guy that looks at the trending topics
Real
and
talk.
just start streaming out
No.
trending topics.
I know why he wants to talk about. I know why he wants to talk about Bill O'Reilly because
Talk
Bill
to me.
O'Reilly also fucks fat white girls. That's why you
that's a
want to
fact.
talk about.
No,
You
you
want to talk
don't.
about people
That's
you
not
relate
true.
to.
Would you
That's
like to
not
talk
true.
about Black China?
What's up with her?
I don't know. Melania Trump. I'm just looking at the trending topics like
Melania
you did
Trump?
and just yelling shit out.
She was a prostitute. Keep on going.
Whoa, fam, whoa.
That's what I heard.
That's the first lady, dog.
That's what I heard, though. Ain't nobody never
Bro.
told, nobody
She-
never told you
by
that.
the
You
way,
got
she don't-
priors and you're calling the first lady a prostitute.
didn't say
You
she
are
is a
crazy.
prostitute. I
Hold
said
on.
somebody told me she used to be a prostitute.
By the
You
way,
are
let's talk about that
crazy.
for a second. Everybody need to go listen to the Drink Champs episode with Ice-T.
Okay.
Amazing episode.
¿Por qué?
Ice-T talks about how when he did Cop Killer and he had to pull Cop Killer from the shelves in the stores.
Yeah.
Because he said Dan Quayle and George Bush was on his ass.
Absolutely.
He was like, beefing with the president is
It's not
no
good.
fucking
Y'all bugging.
joke. He said he had to check
Bugging,
Benzino
fam.
because Benzino called him pussy or something like that for pulling, or said he was a sellout or some shit.
Nah,
I
you
forgot. But
understand.
he said
You
he had
don't
to
want
run
that
up on Benzino and tell him, like, you don't know what I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, motherfuckers is pulling his daughter out of school, asking his daughter questions.
Yeah, chill
they
out.
sitting outside his house and it's wintertime
out.
in the ice cream truck.
That ain't just
'Cause-
selling weed, bro.
Word up, because they want to know it. They want to know if he's a real threat or not. So all
Ain't
that
that
shit
pack
that
coming in the air, bro. That's the president.
y'all was calling me an Uncle Tom and a coon because I was saying that Snoop and Bow Wow need
Oh,
to chill the fuck
Chill
out.
out.
Bow
Chill
Wow was
out.
never
Stay out
working
the
again.
way. Stay
Bow
out the
Wow is
way.
never working on network television again.
Yeah, he
he
bugging.
might be able to work on like Fringe TV,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
network, NCIS, no. NBC,
fuck
no.
Trump at the end of the day,
I guarantee
like,
the Secret
yeah.
Service has visited Bow Wow.
Oh, absolutely. And Snoop is going to get audited. Watch this shit.
The Secret Service might have visited Snoop already too.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
guarantee you the Secret Service has visited Bow Wow.
But how long?
I
Think,
guarantee
how long
it.
you think that Trump really gonna be in the White House though?
You
It
don't
don't
play
matter.
at least 4 years. That's enough to get audited. That's 4 taxes
Then why
you got to
then why
pay.
they be acting like they about to kick him out tomorrow?
No, I don't think he's gonna do 4 years.
Come on, they always act like they about to fire
think
his
it's
ass or
happening.
something.
What do you mean by that?
It's not hasn't even been 100 days, and like I think they have enough. I was reading. They got enough intel on him from what I've been reading, and I follow John Schindler. John Schindler's a former NSA agent. John Schindler said all his people, that in the FBI and whoever been investigating Trump, said Donald Trump's gonna die in jail. That's what he said. He said that on Twitter, and Keith Olbermann.
So somebody
retweeted
gonna
it.
have sex with him.
I don't know as much as him. I only know that, you know, America, this is not the first corrupt president that America's ever
This
had.
is really
and it
corrupt.
Yeah,
won't be
this
the
we got
last.
this Instagram era though.
And he's a puppet.
And I know what's going on.
You can't be a
so,
puppet for
come on.
Putin, bro.
I don't think he is.
I think he is.
I
And
really
his
don't
his
think he
body's
is.
dropping everywhere. Like motherfuckers is getting killed behind this
Yeah.
shit. Like they trying to clean up. They trying to clean their
Lot of
motherfucking
trails,
tracks, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
They said Michael Flynn might have already flipped on Trump. Like
I've read that article, but then that was taken back.
I
So-
take it back too.
No. The CNN, the Michael Flynn was the NSA advisor that Trump hired, and basically what was initially reported is that the FBI might have flipped him. And when the only person that Michael Flynn reports to is Trump. You only flip an informant when they're willing to tell on someone higher than them. The only person higher than Michael Flynn is Trump. So if the FBI did flip Michael Flynn, it means that he was ready to talk some shit about Trump. Now, the CNN reporter who originally said that Michael Flynn had been flipped or whatever like that recently came out and said, oh, that was speculation. And she basically was like, oh, yeah, I wrote a fake news article. I'm completely lying. So that's the thing with these news
I don't
sources. It's
know,
like, yo,
bro.
CNN, get on your shit. Do you not have an editor? Does news not have editors anymore that go,
I'm
how do you
with
know
you.
it's a fact?
But I think that could have been a true story, and then she could have got some pressure.
I don't think he's gonna be the whole 4 years, man.
I don't think so either. I don't see it because like Keith
How many
Olbermann,
people gonna die,
Keith
man?
Olbermann said the only thing that could happen is he could get impeached. He said he don't think Donald Trump will step down. He said he think Donald Trump's too arrogant.
Oh, you're going to have to take him out. Bro.
Yeah,
You're
because
gonna have
Nixon
to
was
impeach
smart.
his
Nixon
ass.
got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because he knew what time it was.
He knew what time it was.
Yeah.
But can
I don't
Trump
think
get locked
Trump's
up
that
though?
smart.
Can he get locked up?
Yeah, he can get locked up if they got enough shit on him.
I'd be surprised if they lock up a president, bro.
But what
I
you
really
think is
be.
going to happen
He's
in
not a
America?
traditional
They're going to wild
president,
out though.
That's what we keep failing
got
to
so much
realize.
power,
I don't
though,
think
dog.
I don't think Trump is protected by the things that other presidents were protected by. Like it's a fraternity. I don't think other presidents except Donald Trump the way they accept each other.
They all got bread though. They in that billion
Man,
dollar.
you don't think that? I think that these politicians, to be honest with you, I think they're all playing us. Like, I think all
He's
these.
not a politician.
I know, but I think all these politicians and rich folk, I think what they do is they act. The guys on the left go, the people on the right are fucking pieces of shit, and the people on the right go, the people on the left are pieces of shit, and then they go out to dinner together, they go golfing together, and they share wine, they share bread, and all they're doing is they're manipulating us and making us hate the other side just to get votes. So my whole feeling about this is I can't even trust your passion. Like, when I see these people give impassionate speeches, I'm like, I know you're having dinner with this motherfucker you're talking shit about next week. How am I supposed to trust you?
That's what politics is, though. You got a politics.
That's the whole jail system.
I guess.
That's the court. That's the lawyer, prosecutor, judge, all that. That's
what they act like they hate each other, but they're the best friends.
You build a case to see how big they can make the case, make you spend a bunch of money, and they all split it and get out the way.
I think it's
next one.
I think it's a dick contest. Whose dick is bigger contest? Because it's like everybody wants the credit for fixing the country. Everybody wants the credit for getting the country on the right space. You know what I mean? Because if you get 4 years of a great Republican president and the country's going the right way, then people want another president. But when the Democrats are the guys that is keeping the fucking show on the road and keeping it the right way, they can always say we're the ones that do this better. Because why would they ever want to relinquish control?
But the Dems did do that. Like what Barack Obama brought us back from. I mean, we were like beeping, bro. We were on the deathbed beeping.
People don't remember that. People don't remember how it was after Bush, bro.
Man,
Bush was fucked up, and it not only was the country in a bad space economically, morally. That was the 9/11 era.
You know what's mad funny to me is that all these people that credit Bush for keeping us safe are from places that aren't affected by terrorists in the first place. Like, we got all these people in Alabama like, Bush kept us safe. He made sure that there are no terrorist attacks. And it's like, I'm in New York. I was here for it. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I got this. When it comes to voting for the person that's going to keep us safe, I got this, dog. You got nothing to worry about where you from. I got this.
Two places in America you could really hit and really, like, fuck shit up.
New York, L.A.
I don't even think L.A., bro.
Where?
Chicago.
D.C. No, D.C.
New York, D.C. New York, Chicago, and D.C. And
listen, the only reason Chicago's been under a terrorist attack for the last fucking 5 years.
L.A. is too spread out.
Crazy.
L.A. is too spread out.
ISIS doesn't even kill as many people as just Chicago kills.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, yeah, you're right. That's why I said I don't give a fuck. ISIS ain't a threat to me. Until ISIS beheads somebody in Times Square, because that's all we need in America is one thing: one case of Ebola.
Don't give them ideas.
That's it. All we need is one motherfucking thing to happen, and all of us are on guard.
Yo, you know what I was thinking about what's crazy about America is, like, you know how, like, America plays this moral high ground shit where we go, like, we really care about women's rights in other countries if they got oil. You ever notice that? Like, if you don't got oil, it's like, hey, sorry, hoes.
It's always
y'all gotta dress
agenda,
however you dress. But the second your
hoes?
country has oil and you oppress women, we're like, man, we gotta get you out of those outfits. How dare you say these things to women? How dare they not have rights?
Man.
Come on,
because
it's
you
so
gotta
phony.
take the moral high ground. I go in here under the guise that I don't like the way they treat their women, fuck them up. But I'm really
you got oil too? You got oil. That's crazy. Oh, that's so crazy.
It's all bullshit. But that goes back to why we all gotta be more of a community now.
Yeah.
We have to be more of a community amongst each other.
Yeah.
Because trying to figure out what's going on in that motherfucking government, watching Donald, I swear to God, when people talk about Homeland, when they talk about VP, when they talk about Scandal, and they start talking about shit that they saw on CNN, all that shit sound the same to me.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't know the difference between...
I don't know the difference between fiction and nonfiction nowadays. Like, watching the Trump administration is literally like watching a bad TV show over and over. It never stops.
You know in that Chappelle special where he said the thing about how, like, we are given so much information right now that we don't even really know what to care about? Remember he said something to extent of that? Yeah. I wonder if that's strategy. Like, I wonder if they give us so much shit to fake care about that we literally have a capacity to care and we've extended it.
Yeah, that's why social engineering works so well via the internet and social media. Because literally, if you're on your social media every morning, I can make you feel. I can tell you what to care about today.
Care about the girls. Care about the healthcare bill. Care about this.
I don't even know if I can even care about the girls because, like I said, you told me that it was fake news. So I'm over here like, should I care about it or shouldn't I?
I'm be honest with you. I don't know if it's fake news.
But that's the genius shit that they're doing, and it's fucked up. But it's genius to go, hey, this might not be real. So now when I see a story, like, for example, Trump is under Russia's control, my first initial reaction is not to go, oh my God, this is horrible. We got to do something about it. My first reaction
I gotta
was,
see if it's real.
Is this
But
fucking
but
real?
I kept seeing it. I kept seeing it. But
do you
back in my
have
mind,
enough
I'm like,
time?
he just told me that it's fake news. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Exactly.
damn.
I don't know what the credible news sources are anymore. I don't know if
It's fucked up.
CNN, MSNBC, Fox, Daily News, The Post, all
It's
of them
the
run
Instagram.
bullshit.
It's Instagram and Twitter now.
That's even worse. That's what started this whole shit.
So I don't know shit then.
No, Instagram and Twitter is what started this whole fake news shit, really, because now the real news sources have to put something crazy out so they're first, right? It was this race to what's
So why don't you
first.
start punching people in the face who's lying? I don't like liars. I punch liars in the face. Why don't you
Punch
start
yourself
punching-
in the face for
Yeah,
not
you
admitting
need
to
to do
fucking
that
that fat
shit.
white
Whoa,
woman.
whoa, I
That
got
is real,
flashed, man. I got flashed. Chill
So
out.
you don't like her no more.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Who
he
you talking
likes
about
her,
the
dude.
girls.
He
We
really
talking about the
likes her.
fucking girls.
Whoever this
again.
girl is just needs to take all your stuff and put it outside. Because this is just getting out of hand the way you disrespect
How many
whoever this is.
things does he have? He has one pair of ripped blue jeans,
Hot.
he has a pair of Timberlands, and
Hot.
he has 3 white t-shirts.
I got two pairs. I got two pairs.
You
I got two
have
pairs.
two
Who
pairs
she
of
vote
Timbs,
for? Who
3
she
white
vote for?
t-shirts.
I have no idea. I don't even know what's
She
going
voted.
on.
You know who she
You
voted.
don't talk to her?
I don't. We barely see each other. I don't even know what's going on right now. Let's talk about something else.
Listen, the Dave Chappelle special.
Never
Best
seen it.
closing joke in the history
seen
of
it.
comedy.
And best callback.
Best callback.
Best
but,
callback.
Because it was structured so beautifully. If you haven't seen the Chappelle thing, we won't ruin it for you. But what
It's
I
a rape
seen
joke,
it.
and it's a great.
oh yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. It's the best closer I've ever seen on a comedy special.
Why y'all like rape jokes so much though?
Here's the thing about it.
You haven't heard this
Dude,
one.
crazy.
This is the greatest rape
It's
joke of all
unbelievable.
time.
This rape joke. But what I'll say about Dave Chappelle is, and I was watching this, I didn't laugh as much in this special as I have in past specials, but I was so intrigued and I was so thoroughly entertained that I even got the sense of, I think laughter might be limiting Chappelle.
Watching Dave Chappelle and watching Chris Rock is like watching a good movie. If you're in the movie theater and everybody's oohing and ahhing and laughing, you miss things.
Sure.
Because there's so much little nuance with Dave
Yeah.
and Chris, little words that they say, inflection in their voice. You have to listen immediately.
Do you think that they even need to be called a comedy special? Like,
No.
I think Dave could give a TED talk once a year just about the world, and I would be just as intrigued.
Absolutely.
I might laugh more because there wasn't the expectation
Absolutely.
of laughter. Like, because he's just a naturally funny person, and his language is humor. But he has such introspective things to say about the world. My feeling is almost when I'm listening to him is like, dog, don't feel like you need to make me laugh. Like, if you just want to get something interesting out, just tell me. I want to hear
I
your
don't think
POV.
I really honestly believe that Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, and I know this is not the case, but I don't think that they approach comedy with the funny first.
Interesting.
I think they approach comedy with, I want to be smart and make smart observations.
And
They've been doing
then
it for so long.
humor just happens to be their language.
Absolutely.
So it comes out funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I was watching I watched a lot of Chris Rock recently. I watched Bring the Pain, but I watched Bigger and Blacker.
Yeah.
And when he did the whole thing about you know who's the most racist people in the world?
Old black
Old
men.
black men.
Yeah.
Old black men, because old black men been through some shit. Like they didn't go through that trying to catch a cab shit. They were the cabs. You know what I mean? Go this way, nigga. Go that way, nigga. Go that way, nigga. But they're so polite to old white men. They'll see the old white man. What do you need today, Mr. Charlie? Anything you need, I got you. As soon as that old white man leave, cracker ass cracker. What's that cracker ass cracker? What you talk about? That's not even a joke.
Right.
Like,
Well, the truth is the funniest, man.
That's not even a joke. There's really no punchline in that.
Yeah.
That's just a great observation. And it's the same shit with Chappelle. Because Chappelle, that whole Bill Cosby, he even kind of, I don't want to say normalized Trump, but he made a case for Trump in that. Because he talked about the superhero.
Yep.
Who? What if the superhero could save everything?
Well,
But he'd have to
don't
pat your-
ruin it.
Yeah, he'd have to
Yeah,
pat
yeah,
your pussy. But
yeah.
that's kind of what, that was a little Trumpism. Because it's like,
Sure.
what if Trump did really make America great again?
But he had to grab some pussy on the
but,
way.
Hey,
Yeah.
he still made America great again. So which
Yeah.
one do you go with?
Yeah.
But I just like that whole concept because that's a real concept. We can't just go around throwing away people's accomplishments.
Bro,
Yeah,
for
grabbing pussy.
It's
Nothing wrong with that.
no,
No, not
not
Trump. Talking
like
about
that. But
Cosby
like
situation.
a lot.
Oh,
You know
yikes.
what I dig about comedy is it's a thought exercise, right? And I think a lot of what Chappelle was doing, even in this special, and what he does naturally, is a thought exercise. It's like something is delivered as wrong, right? Entirely wrong, and then you sit there and you process it, and you go, well, let me think of a situation where it might not be wrong. So he does, the whole premise about the superhero who has to rape in order to get his superpowers, right? It's like, would you be okay if this person raped one person?
Not even rape. He just wanted to pat some pussy.
Or pat some pussy.
Yeah.
Or he pats some pussy to save 1,000 people?
Huh.
Like, is one pussy pat worth 1,000 human? It just makes you question it, and that's me. That's what I love to do on this show. That's what I love to do in comedy in general. It's like, how do we fuck with our sensibilities? Not everything is black and white, bro. You could create nuance.
And this is how I catch people up with the Colin Kaepernick thing. People be so against Colin Kaepernick, whatever. So I say this. I say, yo, if you had a fire extinguisher and you walked out in the middle of the street and the American flag was on fire and a black person was on fire and you could only put out one, what would you put out?
The black person.
If they hesitate a little bit, if they even think about
piece of shit.
you're a piece of shit.
Word
It ain't
up.
even about race. You're just
Word
a
up.
fucked up human.
Okay, totally true, right? Totally true. Now, can we think of a justification for the other way?
I do the white
No.
person.
Because it's a flag.
What if that black person raped like a bunch of kids?
Okay, that's different.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
That
like,
is different.
so it's
That is
like,
different.
sorry, dog, you got to burn, bro.
That's
This
different.
flag
That's
means some of the
different.
people.
But what if you don't know that though?
Now, if you don't know that, you gotta extinguish the black dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Over
Man.
the flag. So that's my whole point with the Colin Kaepernick thing. We're mad at Colin Kaepernick because he chose to take a stand for people.
Right.
Like that's all he want. All these
Absolutely.
guys asking for is equality.
Sure.
All
See
he's
who these
asking
people are though now.
All he's asking for is injustice to
Sure.
stop. That's all
Sure.
he's asking for.
Sure.
He's being punished for that?
Sure.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You saying he's being punished, meaning like no team wants to pick him up.
Well, see, it's a lot of nuance to that too, though. Because I've been reading a lot of different things. Like he might be asking for too much money.
Right.
I don't really believe the injury thing. The injury thing is bullshit to me. Because if you're willing to sign Tony Romo, you'll sign Colin Kaepernick.
Oh,
Yeah, all day.
absolutely.
So
Oh,
throw the
man.
injury thing out the way.
Stop
The best
it.
argument I
All
saw
day.
about Kaepernick that didn't have anything to do with blackballing was the money thing. You can't ask for $10 million a year
When you ain't shit.
after the past
Yeah.
terrible season
Look,
you had. You
here's
can't do that, Colin.
and that's the thing that resonated the most with me is in football is a true meritocracy in that
Big
you
word.
can be so good. Meritocracy meaning like your merit is all that people care about. They don't care about anything else. So you can be so good at football that you can kill dogs and fight dogs and people forgive you. You can be so good at football, you can be involved in a murder and you can still play football. You can be so good at football that you can beat your wife and still play football,
Yeah.
right? That being said, if you're not that good at football, you can't get away with shit.
Can't get away with
Well,
shit.
right.
So the
That is good.
real issue here is Colin is not good enough to have opinions. If Colin had no opinions, he'd absolutely be on a team. He'd be a second or third string quarterback. Fine.
who
He's not
got
good
away,
enough to be a
though?
starting
Mike
quarterback
Vick
in the
ain't get
league.
away.
He's not good enough to be a starting quarterback.
Yeah, I
but
think
Roy
if he
Rice
drops
ain't
his
get away.
price, I think people will give him a chance. I didn't like what Donald Trump
it's got to
did
be
with-
really low. It's got to be
Yeah, it can't-
really
like
low.
10 million is crazy.
He's bad at football. Like let's
He's
be
been
honest.
bad the past couple of years. I
because
think
he's not that good.
Yeah.
He's not a starting quarterback. And are you willing to potentially?
He was in the Super Bowl 4 years ago, though.
Sure, but that's 4 years ago before the league started to figure out how to play him. I mean, like Osweiler was really good for
And
a
he's
year.
had injuries, too.
Sure, but I also think he had no people on his team. I think he's been on
That's
shitty
true,
teams.
yeah.
That being said, I don't think he's an elite quarterback. That's personally
He
just.
hasn't proven to be one.
And if you haven't
not that
proven to be
good.
one, you also have baggage. We agree with his sentiment. We agree that black people are on fire and he's showcasing this and he wants to put out the fire. That being said, not everybody in that locker room does. So now you risk dividing a locker room over a player that isn't even going to make your team better.
But he already said, I'm going to stand for the flag next year.
Right.
So that's out the window. So that's the distraction that's out the window.
Sure. But
So
you know he's not going to be quiet. You know he's going to
yeah,
say
of
his
course,
things.
and that's fine. He has the right to do that. I'm just saying
A
that
lot of people following behind him too, though.
he has a lot of people following behind him. I just feel like, I didn't like what Trump did when Trump said nobody wants to sign Colin Kaepernick because they don't want to get a tweet from me. Why do you give a fuck if somebody
He's
signs
showing
Colin
you who he
Kaepernick?
is.
And the other argument I don't like is when they say things like, it's 32 teams in the NFL. Why can't Colin get a job? Well, all 32 teams don't need a quarterback. So let's really
We good.
Let's cut that down to about maybe
a
5.
shitty quarterback who's asking for too much money. That's the thing. If Colin was incredible at being a quarterback, let me tell you something. Cam Newton could say, I want to punch white women in the face when I see them, and would be signed tomorrow by every NFL team.
I have to take a little pay cut, but
He might take a little pay cut, or he'd have to say an apology. Oh, I was just joking when I said that, this, that, the other. There are elite quarterbacks. Tom Brady could say, I want to kick black and Latino babies in the stomach when I see them.
it wouldn't even be news.
Yeah,
It wouldn't even be new. Listen,
It wouldn't even
There's
be.
there would
fake
be
news.
blacks and
Fake
Latinos in
news.
Boston going, hey, have you ever been on a plane? They do cry loud.
It wouldn't even be.
So you can be
Tom
so
Brady
good.
is
Tom
Jesus.
the man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know Tom Brady's picture perfect. It's a part of me that wants to see what Tom Brady could get away with. I'm not even gonna lie to you because I want Tom Brady's white. He's a male.
They found his
He's the
fucking jersey,
greatest
man. That's
quarterback
crazy.
of all time. They found his
How you
jersey
find
in
Clark?
Mexico.
They can't even find El Chapo.
Oh my
They can't
God!
even find the
They
black
found-
girl.
They can't even find. We don't even know if they're missing. Really, I don't know.
See,
But
you can't say that. I want to feel bad. Like, should I feel bad or shouldn't I
I'm gonna tell
feel
you
bad?
something. If those black girls were wearing
If those black
Tom
girls,
Brady jerseys, they would have got
They would've
fouled.
got fouled right away.
yeah, and if
got
those
found
black girls
immediately.
were fat and white, you would have found them. So
Yeah, but I
that's a
never throw you
fact.
pussy again.
You'd be
I
like,
never throw
you'd
you
be like,
pussy again,
you'd be like, huh, DC? I'm out. Be walking around the streets of DC. Amazing grace, how sweet.
I'm telling you, man. I do want to see what Tom Brady can get away with, yo. Tom Brady's amazing.
Bro, Tom Brady got his ex pregnant, who was a actress.
Ooh.
What is the girl name? Oh yeah, something Bridget Moynihan or something like that. Got her pregnant.
Why he's married?
Never heard.
No. This is, and then divorced her or broke up with her while she was pregnant.
Nice.
And then got with
Giselle.
Giselle. Clean slate.
Come on. 'Cause
Clean
you know, by
slate.
the way, you know why?
That's
Because it's Giselle.
Tom.
That's like Bernice and Tiny right now. Because no, I'm telling you, like that's kind
T.I. with Bernice?
That's what they
Yeah,
say.
I
That's the
heard.
story.
I heard.
So it's like Bernice went on this whole rant this week saying how she ain't no homewrecker, whatever. I'm like, look, man, Tiny and T.I. are separated. You can't really be mad at Tiny. I mean, at T.I.
Man, that's hers though,
Listen, man.
Once you with somebody for
this
so
is
long,
my thing.
it's yours.
I see everybody I'm with you, but I see everybody giving T.I. flack. Y'all didn't give Tiny no flack when she was dancing with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
So
man.
I want y'all to have that same
kinda
energy.
true when you did
now
that.
that T.I. is out
You
here
kinda
doing what he
fucked
do
up.
with Bernice.
Hey.
He showed you the fat white girl? Who's that?
Chill out.
No, he showed me a picture of T.I. with Bernice's
T.I. Let me
face.
see. Oh, I saw that.
No, Photoshop. This is
saw that.
Photoshop.
Yeah,
Listen,
definitely
man,
fake
nobody's gonna
More
be
fake
mad.
news.
Listen,
More
by the
fake
way,
news.
I'm all for love. And, you know, I love seeing Tiny and T.I. together. But, I mean, when you go and you got something like Bernice, you can't really be mad at T.I. too much.
I'm
You
mad
really
at T.I.
can't,
because
man.
why are you wifing somebody that everybody had already? Like, come on,
Bernice
bro.
already said that's
You
not
gonna
the
smash
case.
her?
Say what?
Bernice said that's not the case. I'm going to be honest with you. I know
You really think Bernice ain't
ain't
get
not
fucked?
the case either. What
I
are you
do.
talking about?
No, I don't know about T.I., but I'm going to tell you some shit. I
Drake
know-
fuck.
But that was her guy. That was her boyfriend.
So what? Listen, I'm not.
Like, Drake rapped about her. Once Drake raps about you, you can
And bought you a whip and
Like,
everything.
that's a
Come
public
on.
claim. He claimed the fuck out of her.
My
And he
man
bought her a
raps
Bentley.
about girls that are waitresses.
Hot.
He raps about anything.
He get free food at Hooters
He's
for the rest of his life.
emotional.
Yeah.
My man became a
He's
millionaire to
smashing
get free food at Hooters.
You never know.
Come on now,
Wayne
bro.
Good
You
as a
know somebody's
motherfucker, man.
motivation.
Come on. All I'm saying is this: I'm not fucking nobody's ex in my field. I don't do. I would feel too uncomfortable. I'm not fucking Chris Rock's ex. I'm not fucking Chappelle's ex. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not wifing. Sorry, I'll fuck,
I was about to say,
but I'm
what's
not
wrong with you?
wifing.
Yeah,
Like, are you gonna wife some Funk Flex's
Nah,
ex?
you're right.
Absolutely.
Nah.
You might smash.
Nah, because you know she nasty as hell.
You know what I'm saying? You might do something.
I might grab one of Howard
You
Stern's exes because she got
nasty
that bread.
Early.
One of Howard Stern's exes got that bread.
Turn it up.
We was having a conversation about that this morning too because the guy called the radio station. He's 45 years old. He wanted to get with this girl that was like 22, 23. It was a girl that
Beat
he
the
actually.
shit out of him.
It was his daughter's friend that he knew since she
Silly
was
shit.
7.
Silly shit.
Nah, bro.
Silly shit.
Come
Silly
on,
shit, man.
bro.
I'll beat the shit out of you,
So we
boy.
do this new segment called Shoot Your Shot.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, man, I want to get on. But she was with it. We called her and she was with it. I'm like, yo, what are y'all really mad about in this scenario? The guy's 45. Diddy's like 47.
Yeah, we ain't got
Nah,
nothing
but
to
he
do with that.
Cat's like
raised her,
26,
dog.
27.
You
Nah,
can't
I
raise
get it.
her.
We
Yeah.
raised catfish and eat it. We raised cows and eat them.
man, no.
What are you
man.
talking
He not eating her.
Yes,
He's
he
making.
is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
No, he's dating her, making love to her.
No, he shouldn't even feel like, I don't know, man.
Listen,
Hopefully I don't want to
she's
do that.
20-something years
bro.
old. It's not like he was molested her when she was young or nothing.
How we know?
She
Yeah, because she
didn't
did
say
you down for it. I kind of thought that when I heard it.
She said
I
he was
he's
hot.
too down.
She said he was a hot old man. She was like, I like me a silver fox.
Yeah, all right.
And that, it might be the thing. Like, she might have been coming over that house for years and had a crush.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Got older.
But do you really think he just started being attracted to her at 23? He probably wanted to hit at 16. Matter of fact, you got to give him some credit for patience.
He redshirted.
That motherfucker redshirted it for 7
Hold on,
years.
she,
No,
you
no.
said she's 22?
She like 22, 23.
I mean, just smash it. Don't tell the other daughter. And stay out the way.
Diddy's 47.
Diddy earned it.
Cassie's like 20-something.
This guy's just a dad. He ain't Diddy.
Cassie probably 30.
No, she's not.
30, I just looked it up.
Yes, come on, see,
Okay,
stop
well,
it.
Diddy's still 46. He been with her for like 5 years.
So
Yeah.
what?
Well, Diddy was in his 40s when she was in
She's
her 20s.
30. A 30-year-old go hit smash a 50-year-old.
But you know,
There's
this is not
nothing wrong
about
with that.
age. It's about raising it. Like, I'm all
Yeah,
about
my
sleeping with
daughter's
girls that are
friend.
younger than me. That's
on.
obviously what I want to do. I'm not sleeping with girls that are older than me. That's a little bit weird.
So it's an ethical thing.
It's just you raise this girl. This girl, you know her when
Chill out.
she's
It's
a
like your daughter,
child.
man.
Yeah.
It's weird. To me,
It's
that's
an ethical
weird.
thing.
Yeah.
It can't
That's
be a
it.
moral thing. Because if it's a moral thing, then you're just upset that 40-somethings are dating 20-year-olds or 50-somethings are dating
Yeah,
20-years-olds.
you're just jealous.
Just smash him. Why you gotta
That's just
date
women
him?
who are
Let her
40
live
and
her
single
life.
being upset,
You
and
bugging.
dudes that are 40 and losers
Let her
being
live her
upset.
life,
Because
man.
truth be told, when I'm 50-something years old, if me and my wife don't work out, I'm going to get me something young.
It ain't 50.
I'm
You're not gonna get you something 50.
50-year-old.
Come on, bro.
Nah,
I was having a
nah,
conversation
it
with Keith Sweat one
ain't
time.
happening.
OG Keith Sweat said, "What the fuck I want to date a woman my age for?"
Nah, man.
Listen,
You got powder nipples. Nobody
real
want
t-
the powder
listen, we
nipples.
didn't get into entertainment. We didn't
Saggy
get into
titties.
entertainment. We didn't get on
Shut up with your
TV.
fat white girl.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
got
know
a fat
anything.
white girl. Shut
no,
up.
I don't.
You got a fat
No,
white
I
girl. He
don't.
over there body
No, I'm not.
shaming. How you
I'm
gonna
not
body shame? You got a girl
I
that's
said
built like a
old
Twitter
nipples.
egg.
Nobody want no
This
50
guy is so
nipples.
crazy.
I need to see what this girl looks like.
She built like a 60-year-old.
I need to see. I need to
What
see
are
her.
you
You
even
haven't
talking
seen
She
her.
built like a 60-year-old with a
This is
leg
not
injury.
true, yo.
She ain't been able to work out in a while. she built
They're
like a 60,
lying. This
she
is a
built like a
lie.
60-year-old with a bad
It's a
knee
lie,
injury.
yo. I don't know nothing he's talking about.
I need to see this
She can only do
girl.
upper body
Yeah.
exercises.
This is crazy.
Come on, bro. I need to
What
see
are we
her.
just talking about again?
I don't know, but
When
I
you're
want to see her.
60-something, you're going to want something young.
Yeah, I
That,
do.
especially if you're in
Definitely.
entertainment. We didn't get famous to have sex with girls our own age.
Yeah, that sucks.
Since I got a
That's for
homeboy right
losers.
now, he date this young girl. He about 30-something. She's in like her early 20s. I'm like, damn, she young. He was like, hey, man, you only as old as your girlfriend.
Oh,
He's not wrong, bro.
She gonna make you work. You remember
Hey,
that one had
man.
me.
you only as old as your girlfriend.
Yeah, 21, man.
That being
don't-
said, these young girls want to fuck too much, man.
All day,
A
that's
girl
what I'm
got
saying.
upset
Keep
at
the
me
blood flowing, man.
because I had sex with her and she wanted to have sex again the same night.
I got time for that.
Yeah, who's on
What do
drugs?
I look like to you? A
got one
fucking
nut.
serial killer? What the hell? Who's fucking
But
swiped
listen,
in the
you
same
gotta-
night?
That's why you gotta do her dirty in the beginning.
There you go. Put
You
your
gotta
arm in the
do
butt.
her dirty. Throw the ice cubes in
Me.
her ass. You gotta really fuck her
Now
up.
I get why you guys are so crazy in bed, so you don't have to do it
You
again.
gotta do her dirty,
Yeah.
man. She don't want to do it again. Then you fuck.
Yeah,
Talk to
that's
me
why you
about-
drown her in the fucking sink.
Why-
It's like,
Can't
I need to
breathe.
kill this bitch so I don't have to fuck her again.
Like, tell a story about how the fat chick was fucking you the other day.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen, he told me the
Jesus
fat,
Christ.
listen, he
Jesus
told me the fat chick was fucking him on the couch, and he said the fat chick was like, he said the fat chick goes, I'm about to come, I'm about to come.
Hold on. I want to hear this perfectly. Dwayne, cut his mic off.
He goes,
Dwayne,
which one is it?
What, Dwayne, cut his mic off,
That's
yo.
not fair.
one is it?
Y'all
Dwayne,
ain't
cut
gonna
his
do
mic
that.
the
Listen,
fuck off.
He said,
Nah, let's go.
he said the
Nah, you
fat
ain't
white
going
chick.
nowhere.
He said the fat white chick was like, I'm about to come, I'm about to come, I'm about to come. So Wax goes, all right, good. I'll be finished. I don't gotta fuck her no more. And then she goes, no, I just want to sit here. So he goes, get the fuck off me. He tried to push her, but he couldn't because she was too heavy.
Yo, I've been there, bro. I've been there, bro. So you were locked in. You couldn't pop her off.
He was locked in.
You couldn't pop her off. Hold on. Get the mic back.
Jesus Christ.
God damn, how big is this girl wax?
Listen, I don't even know what he's talking about. I've been
Okay.
flashed.
All right. You don't know what I'm
I've
talking
been
about.
flashed, man. Damn.
This is a damn shame.
Boy,
Golly.
Lord
I just
have
want the
mercy.
best for you, man.
Listen, me too.
If you love her, you need to start acting like you love her.
Yeah, why are you so embarrassed by her?
Why you
You
I'm
really
not
love her.
embarrassed
Don't be
by
embarrassed
nothing.
by
I
your
don't even know what's
feelings.
going on.
Don't let your
We were
friends
just not
influence your
talking about
love,
the old
dog.
man smashing young girls.
No, we're talking about you and fucking Mama June.
Sheesh.
So listen,
You out
are
here
and
trying to get a
Mama June-
reality show on
are you-
Discovery.
Are you and Mama June a thing for real? Is
Yeah,
there a
talk
Mama
about
I
June?
don't know
us,
who Mama
man.
June is.
You know who Mama
This
June
is really
is.
crazy.
All you need to know about
yo.
Mama June is she's fat and white.
What does she wear? Does she wear a lot of sweatpants and baggy
Leggings
shirts?
all the time.
She always wearing leggings, huh?
I don't know. I've never met her. I don't know.
Listen, I want to know this. Does your girl? Hey,
This
Wax,
is not right.
Does your girl
I
always
just tried to
dress?
get you some
Hold on.
pussy, yo.
Does
I
your
just trying to get you some pussy.
Does your
yo.
girl always
I
dress?
ain't throw you like 3 girls.
Wax.
I ain't throw you 3 girls this weekend.
Listen,
mic's off, his mic's
listen.
off. Go,
Okay,
show.
Listen, I
does your
ain't think
girl
you
dress like
went
she's
there.
always going to the store?
Absolutely.
She's
Absolutely.
just going to pick up some cereal.
Some bread and cigarettes. I'm going to get some cigarettes.
All waxed
I tell
up.
you what, she's not going to get lettuce.
I need this woman to reveal herself to me. Because Let me turn his mic off.
Turn his mic off, man.
I'm gonna walk you through this whole thing, whoever you are. I'm gonna walk you through this whole thing. You just have to reveal yourself to me. Because Wax won't tell me who you are. I've only seen you from afar. I need to know who you are. I can walk you through this whole thing.
And walk her through because she definitely doesn't jog.
This is
Definitely doesn't jog.
Definitely not out here jogging or
cardio
doing Ellis.
whatsoever.
Listen, I don't know
No
what y'all
cardio
talking
whatsoever.
about,
And you know
man.
how I know Wax likes her? Because the first time I saw her from a distance, I was like, "That's your fat white chick." And he goes, "She's not fat." Like, he got mad. He was like, "She's not fat. She's not fat."
That's real love.
And he almost showed me a
Listen,
picture,
he
but he
good,
stopped
he good,
himself
he good,
because
he
he didn't
good,
want me
he
to
good.
see her, which
Yo,
makes me think
you've
I
been
may
doing
know
this for
her.
a
You
week.
probably
You
know her.
Makes me
you've been
think
doing
I
it for
may
weeks.
know her.
He been doing all this for weeks.
Which makes me
Hold
think
on,
I
hold
may
on,
know
hold
her.
on, hold on.
Whoever this young woman is, I
Listen,
need you
man.
to reach out to me. I will walk you through this
my
whole situation with
gosh,
Wax because he
man.
does like you.
This is.
I think that you probably just need to lose
This
some
is
weight. That's the
not
only
right.
thing keeping him.
But what if
actually
Wax
claiming you in
leaves?
public.
What if Wax leaves when she loses the weight? What if it's the weight that's keeping him there?
You're right. You're right. Wax has a thing for fat girls.
It's true.
Wax, do you not
I
have a
don't
fat
even fuck
fetish?
with- You only know one fat girl I fuck, and you didn't even really see her.
Yes,
You
I did. I
lying.
saw her whole leg
No,
when
you
I was
didn't.
sitting on
I
the
was on the
balcony.
balcony.
I was on the balcony too. Me and my wife
I
was
was
on
getting
the balcony.
head on the balcony.
Me and my wife was on the balcony. We heard grunting. And I looked, and all I saw was this big fat leg and Wax's arm. I said, "Wax fucking that fat girl."
I wasn't smashing her on the balcony.
And you know how I know you was fucking her? Because she
I was
knocked
getting
on my
head.
window because she didn't know my wife was in. And I was like, if you
Jesus.
think that I'm opening the door for you, you out your goddamn mind.
No. That's not true.
Wax did just send me a video early when I was out there in California of this gigantic fat girl fighting another girl.
Is that her? Is she white?
No.
But I'm just saying he is into fat girls, and
Yo,
that's
so
what
the
he's
stuff
doing.
that I sent you was fat.
Sorry.
The stuff that I sent you was fat. I sent you like.
No, you
whole
sent me
things
a
of
girl. This what
girls.
happened. He was like, "Listen, I got a girl. She gonna line some pussy up for you." And then a girl did reach out to me, and she sent me a bunch of Instagrams of girls that I could potentially have sex with. I thought it was very nice of Wax to plug me up like that.
I'm like,
it was
oh, you
very
out
nice
there?
to the
Yo, my
girl.
dude out
A
there
Brilliant
throwing
Idiots
some
fan.
pussy.
Shout out to Brilliant
Did you
fans
fuck
trying
her?
to get. I did not have sex with
Nah,
any
he
of
didn't
those
smash
girls.
nothing
Say
that
what?
night at all.
No, I didn't do anything like that. They weren't exactly my type, so I didn't go
What's
after
wrong with
it
their
like
toes,
that.
bro?
Say what?
What's wrong with their toes? Nothing wrong with their toes. Their toes
no.
are very
What's
pretty.
wrong with it? What was it? Why wasn't
They
she
wasn't fat.
No,
Pretty
I think that
toes.
they were more Wax's type.
Wax is shallow Wax, bro.
Nah, it's not true, man.
I
What
think
Wax
he is.
sees, we don't see.
No, I know.
Wax will
No,
be telling me
it's
these chicks
true.
are
Not-
bad.
Stop
And he showed me
it.
some
That's not
shit.
true.
I know.
And I'll be like, what the
I know.
fuck? And
Nah, you
all the
crazy as
bad
hell.
chicks that he claimed to have,
Yeah, yeah.
I never see him in
All the
person,
girls
only on
with-
Instagram.
I don't
Yo,
see
it is
nobody.
true.
I don't show you
All the
nobody.
girls that you say got good bodies that meet us at the hotel look like Duval.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Every single one is built like Duval. Whenever we're at the fucking Beverly Hills shit, whatever the
SLS.
hotel that, the SLS,
Listen,
you always got
it's
a girl that you're holding by hand, real
No,
slim.
Whoa. Never hold the hands. Chill out.
Stop it.
What? You see me hold the girl
You
hand?
were
Hell
webbing to
yeah.
webbing with the girl. You
What?
said, "Let me take you to the buffet. Get whatever you want."
I seen you carry a girl to the 3rd floor.
When?
You picked her up, you walked her through the lobby, you
Yeah.
went in the elevator, and you went up the elevator with. I was like, this dude here is
He's
crazy.
crazy. Only time
Everybody heard. You didn't hear the girl the whole time. She would go, "No." Help! Help me!
This whole thing is allegedly.
There ain't nothing allegedly. 'Cause
Allegedly.
guess what? Mama June is out there listening. And Mama June, if
Oh,
you're listening,
my gosh.
reach out to Charlemagne. Charlemagne will
Don't
walk
listen
you
to
through
none of
the
this
whole
shit.
Send a
Don't listen
picture
to
too.
none of
Just
this
send a
shit.
picture. We want to see how beautiful you are. We want to see what
That's
Wax
it.
sees, man.
That's it. Whoever you are, we will not reveal your identity.
Nope.
But I will
That's
walk you
fucked
through this
up,
whole
man.
thing because I do not like the way Wax treats you.
That's true.
Because from what I hear,
I
you
ain't
treat
even-
him very, very well,
Listen,
and he's not appreciative
what
of
the
it.
fuck is
Yeah,
going
that is
on
true.
here?
So call me
That
so I
is
can
true.
save your number in my phone as Wax's Honey Boo Boo. I'm gonna walk you through this whole situation, okay?
Yes, you're right. Chris, this is what you brought me here for?
Chris with the setup.
I gotta get the fuck out of here. Anything
Straight
else?
alley you.
That's it, baby.
All right, listen, man. Please go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com. I read the dates in the beginning page. But go to BrilliantIdiotsMerch.com and order some Brilliant Idiots merchandise. Pre-order the book Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. It'll be in bookstores April 18th.
The book tour dates. Where can you see those? Is that at seethebook.com
Is it
too?
seethebook.com page?
SeeTheGodWorld.com.
Oh,
SeeTheGodWorld.
seethegodworld.com.
Or on your Instagram, you posted.
Or your Instagram.
Yep. And when we come next week, we're going to talk to Paige about why she's not having sex right now.
Oh my
Wait a minute, why aren't you having sex right now?
Cause somebody wear thong sandals. When
Paige
you wear
got a boyfriend
thong
who won't fuck her.
sandals,
You got so skinny to not fuck? Hold on, Paige, can you just get to the mic real quick and then we get out of here?
Paige.
Just for a second, 1 second. Listen, we're having a nice, fun episode. We don't know if it's going to be a positive energy.
Come get
Paige,
fucked up too. Come on,
Come on, Paige, sit down.
No, you can't.
Paige,
just
sit down.
He's
He's,
hurting.
he's not hurt. He's got a nice fat.
Just real quick, tell us why your boyfriend is not fucking you.
I don't have a boyfriend.
A guy that
And that is why
you're
I'm
seeing.
not
This guy that you fly out to see all the time. Why
I
isn't
don't
you
fly out
fucking?
to see him all the time.
You fly
I
out
went
enough.
last week.
Okay.
Are you paying for your own plane ticket?
No.
Wow. Why doesn't he want to fuck you?
We're best friends. What do you mean? I went out to see
Really?
him before book tour kicks off because
Is
his
he
birthday
gay?
is on April 12th. He's not
Do
gay.
you shave your vagina before you go?
I have laser hair removal. I don't need to. But what I will say is we don't sleep in the same bed. We just hang out. We're cool.
Gay!
He's my best friend. We're not dating.
What
We're
is
not
this
dating,
best friend
so
shit?
That's why we're not having sex.
Is he in the friend zone? Like, do you
We've
have him
been
friend
friends
zone?
for years.
But you guys made out.
Would you fuck him?
Would I have sex with
Yeah.
him? Potentially, one day, maybe.
Oh, he's gay.
Would he have sex with you?
I don't know.
Have you guys
We
made out?
One time.
Did you feel any vibes with it?
I don't know. We were really drunk.
Does he ever get hard around you?
Not to my knowledge.
How did you know?
I mean, wouldn't I notice if he was hard?
Hell yeah. You never touch his dick?
No.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong
What
with
do you
him?
mean? What's wrong with me? We're friends. That would be weird if we're friends. Wouldn't it be weird if I just came up and grabbed your dick? That'd
No.
be fucking weird.
I'm a handsome ass dude. That makes sense. What are you talking about?
That's a
Of
compliment.
course you want to grab my dick. Yeah, thank
Not
you.
like a handshake.
Exactly.
You don't just grab people's dicks.
When you're a girl, you
Are
can.
you running for president?
Yeah.
Maybe one
fine
day.
with that.
Chill out.
Seriously.
I just want to know why homie don't want to fuck you. That's all I want.
We need
You
to
would
call
have
him
to
up.
ask him,
Call
but
him up.
We're friends.
Let me
and
ask
that
him
I
right
can-
now. I'm gonna
Call
go
him
to
up.
Instagram and
No,
ask him.
do not.
You just told me to ask him.
I said you would have to. I didn't say do it.
Can you call him right now? Can you call him right now?
No.
You can't just call him. We'll just ask why he's not trying to fuck. Because you got laser shot into your pussy so you don't grow hair, and he's not even trying to fuck you. That's
I didn't do
disrespectful
that
to
for
me.
him.
For somebody.
I did it for my life to make my life easier.
But you want to fuck him though.
I didn't say I want to fuck him. I said possibly, maybe one
You're
day.
he's flying you out.
I want to spend time with him. I like seeing him. I enjoy his company. He's a good friend of mine.
Wow.
I don't get it.
She got
I'm
a gay
confused.
best friend.
Life.
He's not
I'm
gay
really
though.
He's gay.
He's
Is
not
he getting
gay.
pussy
I think
from
he's
other
gay.
girls?
If he's not
Yeah,
gay, that's
he's an
some big
NFL
shit.
player. He gets
And y'all have never had
girls
sex
sliding
ever?
his DMs all the time.
But he fucks all these other girls.
I don't think he fucks all these other girls. He's very careful. He's like
He's an
responsible.
NFL player?
I don't understand.
What
Is his
position
name
he play?
Michael Sam?
Don't
Yeah,
worry
this is-
about it.
You know what position he plays?
Jesus
You know what
Christ.
position he plays? Brokeback. That's what position he plays.
What a 1-2! What a 1-2, baby!
You guys are disrespectful. I hope he doesn't hear this because he's a good person. He's
Look
a
what
good
I gotta go through.
Listen, yeah, but you're a piece of shit.
Whoa, that's true.
no.
That's
By the
true.
way,
That is
by the
true.
way, I was lying when I said I didn't know he plays in the NFL. And
course
Wax
he
is fat
knows.
white girl, and this guy got the same neck size. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did the white girl Wax dates and this guy have the same exact neck size?
That's not true.
This is crazy.
Listen, I don't know anything. She might. I don't even know who the girl is. I don't know nothing.
All right.
Wax knows.
As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. If you listen to this podcast, you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening. And thanks again to Fusion.
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 Fusion?
Fusion.
How you turn it into
Hey,
Korean
but
food?
see, the difference is I went for it. All right? Kevin Garnett didn't even go for it. He just gave up on the word equivalent. All right? Thanks again to Fusion TV's The AV Club for sponsoring today's episode. Non-existent studies show that pop culture is more than 83% of the thing you consume, even more than oxygen. That's kind of sad. At the acclaimed pop culture website, The AV Club is all they ever want to talk about, and now they're coming to TV. The AV Club, hosted by John Teddy, is a weekly deep dive that illuminates all the fun, strange corners of pop culture. The AV Club airs every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern on Fusion TV. Fusion, goddammit. It's spelled wrong. That's what the problem is. It's Fusion. Visit Fusion.
He's actually right. It is
spelled
misspelled.